Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons & Dragons.
For 5 years!
5 years, our 5-year anniversary, which is insane. It's insane. Indeed.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
Yeah. A lot of things are insane now.
Put it away.
Right now, today in particular, things are really insane. So just want to take a moment to tell everyone, like, things are crazy right now. We're all doing the best we can with it. Do your research, stay healthy, take care of yourselves. We're doing the same here. Let's make tonight a celebration that is also a distraction from today's chaos and a moment of respite amongst the rest of our focus. But
Time to remember what's important.
exactly, exactly. And tonight we have been streaming this crazy little D&D group for 5 years, which is, I can't even fathom considering what this could have been. So thank you for joining us and being a part of this celebration. And let's go ahead and get into some of our announcements for tonight before we can jump into our session, beginning with our first sponsor of the night, our friends at Griffin Saddlebag. Sam.
Tonight's episode is sponsored by our friend and fan of the show, the Griffin Saddlebag, maker of illustrated and game-ready magic items that can be applied to any 5e campaign setting. 5e. The first book, a 200-page compendium containing 365 illustrated magic items, treasure tables, subclasses, settings, and villains, is available on Kickstarter. Each item designed, written, and balanced with 5e in mind, making them easy and exciting to pick up and implement in any campaign that might need a little upgrade from the standard loot. You can support the effort and check out the exciting Kickstarter rewards and stretch goals like the awesome official Griffin Saddlebag.
Whoa!
Where did that come from?
Is this real?
This is a real Kickstarter
This
reward.
is really cool.
You can check it out at thegriffonsaddlebag.com. That's Griffon. Your support makes a big difference. Let's see what mine came with.
Oh no.
Oh, boy.
All right. Always carry this with me wherever I go. Sure, that's standard. Oh, I was wondering where my change went.
You're so rich.
Real money?
A good year.
No, it's fake.
And what's this? A song I wrote to commemorate the 5-year anniversary of our show.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
It's not. It's
Cheers.
actually sentimental. It's not stupid. We gather together. Matt tells us a tale. His monsters to slay and his oceans to sail. Just some good friends rolling dice on Thursday. We don't play to win, but we win when we play. It's been 5 years of broomsticks to steal, of goldfish to heal, of sprinkles to kill. It's been 5 years of me getting sliced. Don't touch Laura's dice, and hey, do you spice? It's been 5. That's it. But check out the Griffin Saddlebag thing. I threw it away, but the Griffin Saddlebag's really cool, and it smells like leather. Get it?
I've actually been following them on Instagram for a long time. The illustrations are badass.
See this.
It's really cool. I'm a backer of it. You should be too. They're really good.
To sing that during their graduation ceremony.
Spent 5 years conditioning us to bullshit.
Thank you, Sam. That was really sweet. And check out Griffin Saddlebag. Second sponsor for tonight are our friends who've been following us since the beginning of the campaign, D&D Beyond. If you haven't yet checked it out and you haven't heard it, then it's your first time watching the show or testing it out, and what the hell are you doing? Give it a shot. It's an awesome online digital tool for keeping track of your campaigns, your characters, and everything about 5th edition D&D and beyond. They have a bunch of great tools on there for preparing your campaigns, encounter builders, all kinds of fun stuff, making custom items. Check them out at dndbeyond.link/criticalrole. And on that note, you will be able to get all the stuff from the Wildmount guide, which comes out next week on D&D Beyond. You can pre-order that now. It'll be available next Tuesday. As part of that, too, next Tuesday is the actual release of the Explorer's Guide to Wildmount. Super weird to have that coming out finally. Super stoked for you guys to check it out. Me and a bunch of other really talented people worked hard on making this as awesome a book as we possibly can for you, for players, GMs alike. And even if you don't play, it's a lot of fun stuff in there to follow along with the world lore, but hopefully it'll inspire you to write your own campaigns in Wildemount and throw your friends in the same kind of chaos that I do mine. So it comes out next Tuesday, and if you haven't yet, you can reserve your copy now at your local game store or at the Critical Role shop or Amazon or wherever else books are found online in the tabletop RPG space. Next announcement we have this Monday, March 16th, at 7 p.m. Pacific, here on our Twitch channel, we will be streaming the Doom one-shot. To celebrate the coming release of Doom Eternal. I've been a fan of the Doom franchise since way back in middle school for me, like early mid-90s. I have a hard time removing my memories of Doom 2 with Nine Inch Nails' Downward Spiral and Soundgarden. Like, there's certain songs that came out of that era that we listened to while playing Doom 2 that to this day, all I can think of is like Knee Deep in the Dead when I hear The Day I Tried to Live and stuff like that. So anyway.
Downward Spiral was on repeat for me.
That album was so good. Anyway. Enough about that. This one shot's going to be amazing. We have some fantastic guests coming to join us, as well as some players here at the table. We have our own Sam Riegel, Laura Bailey coming to join for this cast, as well as Taliesin Jaffe. We have Anjali and Jasmine, two amazing players and friends. Before Jasmine's first time with us on stream here in the studio, so excited to have her down here. And Anjali will be joining us here at this table, I believe, for the first time for the game, as we had her as part of Undeadwood before. They'll all be playing a bunch of awesome demons involved in the assault on Earth, as it is Hell on Earth. And super stoked about it. I'll be GMing it myself, and I'm super excited for you guys to check it out. I've been like way too excited for this game. It's absurd. I haven't had this much fun with a one-shot in a while. Like, I have fun with them. This I'm super stoked for. So definitely check it out.
Busting their ass on it too.
Heck yes.
So
Everyone's been
it's gonna be great.
Kicking ass on it. So check it out. The VOD will be available immediately on our Twitch channel for all of our channel subscribers, and on YouTube immediately on Wednesday, March 18th. You can check it out. Doom Eternal itself launches next week on Xbox, PS4, PC, and Stadia, March 20th. Next Friday. Not this coming Friday, but the next. Yeah, check it out. Laura, you have some announcements to make, I think.
We have a poster to celebrate our 5th anniversary. We asked our buddy Hugo to illustrate this thing. Holy moly!
It's so good.
It's big. It's got all of our characters, like ever. It's got all the guys from the first campaign, the second
All the
campaign.
player characters?
We got the Darrington Brigade. We got a lot of Matt's characters too. There's just a whole bunch of people.
We've been staring at this thing in the office for weeks. You just get lost in it.
There's so many little like Easter eggs in there, little characters.
That's it. That's all you get.
Yep.
That's the sneak peek.
That's the sneak peek.
That's all you
that
get.
happened.
It's in the US and UK stores right now.
There it is.
Hey, that okay.
I think one of my favorite little moments in that is the Bright Queen and King Dwendal both looking up at Jaman Saord in their dragon form, all just like, hi. It's a lot of fun little Easter eggs.
I would show you, but you have to like look at it in person to see that.
Nice. Good.
Sure.
We have Jesus. We have like I think I counted 17 beverages on the table right now.
Wow.
We're stacked.
We can get some more.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
And then two.
Yeah.
16.
That hydro
17.
flask over there.
What better time to drink yourself into a stupor than during a pandemic?
We need more drinks.
It's like Andromeda Strain, right? If you drink enough alcohol, it can't get into your system.
Yeah, sure.
Anyway.
Why not?
Much love to you guys. Happy 5-year anniversary to this incredible community. To many years more of supporting each other, of being lights in the dark for each other, for telling stories to inspire each other, and to jump into tonight's episode of Critical Role.
from the flames for the battles ahead. Villains beware, 'cause you're about to be dead. They got magic and flair, they got falchions and cunning. They don't see over there, there's a monster incoming. Inspiration is waiting, rise up, don't think twice. Put your fate in your hands, take a chance, roll the dice. Can you answer the call, digging deep in your soul? As the legend unfolds, now it's your turn to roll.
And welcome back. So, last we left off, the Mighty Nine had made their way to Nicodranus. They had discovered some secrets in regards to one of their allies, Essek, and his involvement with much of the events that led to the current war between the Kryn Dynasty and the Dwendalian Empire. After a deep discussion, you had left business in Nicodranus, gathered your ship, and made your way with the Armada towards the meeting point where the negotiation between these two factions is to take place. After some days at sea, the storm began to brew. Dreams were had invoked by an element of divinity, and one's path to embrace who they are and whatever this path may be, as well as being awoken by a pained nightmare come reality, as Ford found himself under attack by what was immediately obvious to be agents of Uk'otoa, seeking the still hanging elements of his unveiling and freedom. A battle took place where these various deep sea creatures, these mutated and altered entities here under the will of Uk'otoa, stormed the ship, crawling through its many decks to assault you, as Ford fought valiantly to keep them at bay, and you managed to come and support him in dire need. During the final moments of this climactic battle, in the midst of the rolling seas, the flashing lightning, curling thunder, and the waves of rain battering down upon the deck, both Orly, the Bard Tortle, and your friend and companion Ford lay slain before you dealt the final blow to the assailants. And that was where we left off. Mighty Nine, as you gather here on the wet decks of the ship, still rolling with the ocean as the storm batters onward, you look down upon the scattered bits of blood and your unmoving allies.
I'm going to walk over.
I'm going to run over.
Quickly.
Why are you walking?
Quickly.
Come on,
Going to quickly cast Gentle Repose really quickly.
Okay.
On which should give us a second.
What does that do?
What are you doing?
Gentle Repose means that there's not the time limit is extended.
On both of them, or who?
I'm going to do both of them really quickly.
How do you mean?
Time limits?
So that's...
The target is protected from decay and can't become undead.
It also expends the time limit on raising the target from the dead since days spent under the influence
Wait,
of the
but
spell.
why not just cast Revivify?
Quickly
I'm just
detecting
gonna-
magic. Do I see anything inside Ford?
2 rounds.
Yeah.
You do not see anything.
That's a bonus action.
I will say for the purposes of this, there is nothing is emanating an aura.
And then taking the diamond and pushing Revivify as quickly as possible.
Okay. So I've rolled this privately in the past because I'd misremembered my own rules. So I'm going to have you, which is part of the intended design, to go ahead and roll a d20 for me and add your spellcasting modifier.
I'm going to be holding on to Ford's hand.
Okay.
Does anybody else want to do anything in the time it took me to do that?
I'm
little
gonna
thing?
reach over and try to cast the same thing on Orderly because I don't know how much time I have on Orderly.
So you have a diamond as well?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep 300 gold.
Where's my spellcasting?
It's your wisdom modifier.
Oh, wisdom modifier.
Last episode was land by Ford, so I guess I'm sitting him up towards Jester.
And I'll take his other hand.
Okay.
Just have to hold on to him. Come on, Caduceus.
Don't suck. Come on, don't be a dick. Okay, that's 11.
That's an 11.
With your modifier?
Why would?
Okay. Because Ford had not previously died. That leaves the DC at a certain number. And so as you focus and pushing the diamond down towards where the most gaping wound is, you watch as it kind of slowly turns to dust within the wound and itself become almost a congealed, like grainy material into the exposed blood. There's a moment of pause before the divine energy you channel through the Wild Mother creates a mess of vines that begin to grow from the wound and wrap around his torso. As the vines begin to condense and create a small nest or cocoon above where the wound is, you watch as they turn bright green, then turn brown and die and wither. The leaves of the vines immediately crumbling and decaying to dust. And as they do, leaving the wound itself partially healed. And you pause for a moment, and you hear the breath begin to come back into the lungs.
Cure wounds level 3.
Go ahead and roll for that.
I reach down and I kiss Ford on the forehead, and I immediately spin around and cast Revivify on Orderly.
Okay, you may join the table again.
Is he technically unconscious?
Revivify? I will.
No, he comes back to one
hit point, so he is conscious.
Okay, never mind then. All right, I'll tell you how many hit points you have in a second.
But the DC has increased for the next time, too.
23. So you're at 24 hit points.
24.
Do I need to roll for Orderly?
You do. So, in that moment, you reach over, holding on and wishing for the aid of the traveler. And you all, now that you've seen him, for a brief moment you can see as Jester, her small diminutive form on this massive deck of the ship, the storm battering around her, putting her hands on this large, shelled, unmoving, still creature. You see the green cloak momentarily engulf her before it vanishes when you blink. Not sure if it was there even to begin with. And what did you roll? 19. 19. There's a moment of stillness before the chest inhales and the body begins to stir, and as it does, it kind of leans into one of the bagpipes, and you hear this before a hand kind of
that is sore.
I'll cast 3rd level. Oh, wait. No, I won't heal you because I don't have. I'm gonna healing word you. No.
Because you didn't.
Because I have that prepared.
You didn't
Shut
prepare
up.
the cure wounds.
I'm starting a prayer of healing, so in 10 minutes, the 6 most hurt people on deck are gonna get a boost.
Okay, well, I'll still healing word him because why not? At its 2nd level.
Okay.
Which is 2.
In 10 minutes, the 6 most hurt people get 21 hit points.
Okay.
11 points of healing to Orderly.
That's decent. That's decent.
Still propping Ford up with bow. Just breathe slow.
Spin back around the Ford.
Slow.
You alright? I mean, aside from no.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Thank you. Are they all gone?
I think so. Yeah. I think so. They were really hacking you up.
Yeah, it feels pretty shitty inside of my chest right now. Not gonna lie.
I think your lung is still punctured.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh god, wait, like you can see it?
It's just, you see a little bit of a puncture
Just
wound.
push it back in.
Just
Just push.
okay, ready? One,
Yeah.
2, 3.
Ah, don't touch it, don't touch it, don't touch it.
Okay.
Did you feel the stone?
The what?
The what?
The stone.
Oh.
Talk right now.
The orb?
The ball.
What else were they here for? It has to be that. I didn't know I still had it. I can't feel it now. I don't know where it is. I thought it was in the sword. I thought this was...
You hear this strange guttural impact, a resonant sound that's familiar to you. It's the arrival of a dimension door spell.
Oh.
Immediately you hear a brief incantation beneath someone's breath, a little ways away, the storm almost swallowing it entirely, but Caduceus, you're in the middle of chanting and it picks up. I need Beauregard, Caleb, Veth. Yeah, I need all 6 of you to roll wisdom saving throws, please.
Son of a bitch.
All but Ford.
And me?
Can I make...
Too?
Yep.
Can I make a reaction?
Oh god, natural 1.
What kind of reaction are you making?
Natural one
Cast a
over here.
spell.
Oh.
Is it a reaction spell?
No.
Then no, you cannot.
Okay.
Wisdom saving spell?
Saving throw, yeah.
2.
25.
Okay.
11.
Okay.
Natural 1.
Okay.
Natural 1.
Okay.
22.
All right.
Pretty big
Caduceus
spread.
and Caleb, you feel this influence try and kind of climb within your body, and you manage to shove it away, while Beauregard, Veth,
So sorry.
Jester, and Yasha, your bodies immediately lock up, and you find yourself unable to move, your muscles frozen in space by some kind of arcane influence.
Is anyone from the Cerberus zooming in on the boat?
You turn around, and on the deck, you see, freshly arrived, a half-elven woman with short brown hair, standing there, long robes flowing in the wind, hand out.
Yeah, hello. Identify yourself, please.
I would like you to identify yourself first. Get away from the wounded one.
This, we are the Mighty Nine. Here's one of us.
Just had a lot happen here in a very short amount of time.
Very well. The paralysis fades. You can hear now other bells ringing, and you can see off in the distance other ships that have slowly begun making their way in your direction after hearing the initial bell
if
run.
anyone noticed. Oh, fuck.
My apologies. I am just taking the necessary precautions.
Is she dressed like a Vollstrecker?
No. Very fine robes. You've seen her once before from a distance in Felderwin.
Oh.
This is Lady Vesterogna.
Oh, shit.
The Archmage of Antiquity.
Oh.
Well, I assume then, based on your confusion at my arrival, that you are not responsible for the wounded on this deck. Please tell me immediately what has transpired in the past minutes.
The boat came under attack.
Yes, please keep telling the story. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds on myself at 5th level, if you don't mind.
Anyone have minor illusion or something?
No.
5d8 plus
some sort of creatures out of the sea swarmed the ship.
I'm gonna go find. Did any of the swords ping when I cast Detect Magic?
No.
Can we just? I'll describe to her what the people look like.
Show them what we saw.
Oh, okay. Sure.
And they, like-
I'll cast silent image and make an image of what one of them looked like.
You do find the sword that the leader of them seem to be holding. It is currently just a regular weapon. It has lost any sort of visual representation of the sort of phantoms that it previously.
Could we, during the fight, did any of us notice? I mean, obviously, Caduceus did, but did we notice that they looked like Ford's old sword?
Ford's old sword?
That's a really good...
I would say Beauregard would have noticed, probably. The people that were fought most of the time on the deck. Caleb as well, actually, you would have noticed, because you guys were closest and with the most immediate visual range until the very end. Jester, your passive perception isn't bad. I'd say you probably noticed it too before the moment where Yasha ended up snapping its neck and throwing the corpse overboard, which the corpse is still hanging on the edge of the boat, by the way.
Oh, well, that's what they look like right there.
One up.
Oh, I'll put it back up.
38 points of healing from the Cure Wounds.
Not bad for a new paladin.
Did you say she was
Good
alone
spell.
or with other people?
Alone currently.
You should learn it. That's useful.
So these creatures who point out responsible for this attack, could you please tell me if you have any inclination as to why?
Seemed random. Random attack. This is a fearsome vessel that we command.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, we were, pretty famous pirates on the sea, so maybe they just recognized our flag and our...
I have a feeling it has something to do with the location that we're at currently in the ocean as well. We might be over their domain.
I will say... Go ahead and make a deception check, Veth, with advantage, because they did help you.
Oh, natural 20. -2.
Veth kind of gives you a look. Very well. These are dangerous waters. The closer we get to the reef itself, we were prepared for such a thing. Well, I'm glad that you apparently are safe. The 99, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have been made aware of who you are. The Martinet speaks highly of the aid that you provided back in Rexentrum.
Are you traveling with the Martinet, or are you on your own ship here?
I am traveling where I please. But I'm here on the same mission. But nevertheless, we appreciate your contributions to ending this conflict. It is unfortunate that you have been pulled into whatever entities wish to see it not come to fruition. But I'm glad you're all safe. At which point, Orly kind of lumbles up behind and goes,
We appreciate your appreciation.
Anyway, I will leave you to your recovery. If you require anything, if any of you have the means of reaching out, I'm not far. And when all of this is over, if you're looking for work, there may be some possibilities in the north should we work together.
I drop into Zemnian. We greatly appreciate your aid out here. It's nice to know that we can count on each other in this difficult moment.
She leans in and responds in Zemnian, of course. And it's this forthrightness that lets us know who our friends are in times of confused politics.
Good way of putting it. But we all want an end to pain and suffering, as much as is possible.
As much as possible. But anyway, hopefully there's still time to get some sleep. I myself am a bit frustrated. The storm made it difficult enough to bed down. Now I'm a bit winded.
Hopefully we can talk about the north on a different day.
There is plenty of time on the sea. You'll know how to find me, I'm sure.
Very much so.
Sleep well. Good night. And then dimension doors away. The other ships ding, ding, ding. Other bells start going off.
Bitch. Were you hitting on her? Were you hitting on her?
Do you think that would have been useful?
I could have been, I'm not sure. But like you were talking to her and all of a sudden she starts talking
bring it
about
on
bending
deck.
down.
Let's take a look at this.
The body, I was holding it still. I'm gonna put it back in the bag.
No.
Ford, do you recognize these creatures?
I don't think so. Do I recognize these creatures?
Here's the odd thing. In the brief moments that it's been dead, like what you've noticed is this very humanoid creature with like a dull gray blue skin, these kind of yellowish eyes, very reminiscent of the entity of which you were once bound to. As opposed to hair, it has these long, almost rubbery tendrils that emerge from the back of its head that are long, almost like it has a set of thick tentacles that protrude from the back of the head. its jaw itself seems to open on both sides. There's a smaller mouth surrounded in teeth, and whereas these additional sides open up as part of its screech. Claws, almost fin-like protrusions from the forearms and the knees. But as you guys are inspecting it, its form begins to slowly shift and change into that of a 40-something, scruffy-chinned, slightly balding man. A fisherman.
What the heck?
Do you recognize that dude?
What happens to the jaw? Does it remain in pieces, or does it...
No, it reverts and seals back to a normal human body.
What? Well, do you know this guy?
I don't think so.
No sense of recognition.
Oh my gosh, if you would have kept doing...
Yeah,
if
would you look like that? Yeah.
If you had kept...
You turn into...
Tentacle Man?
I don't know. I can't imagine that's a reward. But it might be.
Do you think he has one of those things in his chest?
Caleb starts inspecting the body and feeling for a seam in the jaw, just to work on a cadaver.
There are two other bodies of a similar type creature on board, though not quite as prominent in, it seems, the hierarchy upon their arrival. They too have reverted to a normal form, one of which appears to be elven, one looks to be kind of a, best you could say is a Goliath and a half-giant body. The elf being female. And they're a little gaunt, a little sallow.
Female Goliath?
No, female elf and a male Goliath.
Do you want
the gender was difficult to discern in the creature form of which you battled them.
Do you want to search through the pockets, see if there's...
Yeah, do you have a knife? Who's got a knife?
I got a knife.
I got the axe. Do you want...
Here's an old rusty
Should we
dagger.
open them up and see if there's, like, orbs inside?
I was...
In the...
We're all on the same page.
The heads just...
Again, I'm gonna help. I'm really good at this stuff.
All right.
Do you want
what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm
open the book?
gonna search for, like, an orb in the body.
Okay.
Do you want
roll a medicine check.
blade, or are you gonna use your axe?
Well, you got a blade there.
I'll kind of fillet back the skin a bit and hold it kind of...
I'm gonna only...
I thought you said you were really good at this.
I mean, I am. But it's just really gross every time.
Just grab it like a book and open it real fast.
I'm already opening it for her. Just gotta read it. Got it.
Just go one,
I'm just gonna reach
two,
it up and look for a hard orb or something.
3.
Oh
There
my
you go.
god, oh my god,
Right
oh
there.
my god, oh
There
my
you go.
god.
Yeah. What do you got? Anything?
No, let me
like-
check.
Make a medicine check.
Do I get advantage because everyone's
get there.
helping me?
I'm giving you a D4.
Does she give advantage because I'm there, like, helping, pry back ribs and sternum and shit?
Sure.
Is that triple advantage? Sure.
No, oh, I was rolling the 4 at the same time. Okay. 25.
25. First, as it opens and you kind of dig in, it's a unique smell. In the sense that the interior of a human body itself has a not
really fucked
pleasant scent, but this is briny. All the organs seem in order for a human body, though everything has a slightly dull grayish blue tint, similar to the coloration of the skin of the creature's form that you
We've
first
been
encountered.
dead for a long time or something.
Or there's some sort of
Soaked in-
transition that has happened that has left their organs just miscolored. And the scent itself adjusted accordingly. After spending a few moments giving a thorough, jolly search,
Good forearm bucket.
does not seem to be anything else in there that wasn't originally intended.
Aliens 3.
You should check the other 2 just in case.
No,
It's
I
just
don't.
organs. I have a feeling Ford would not have turned into one of these things. I feel like they were like a servant in a different way. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe he could
Maybe
make
Ford
these.
could have controlled them.
But the
if he
thing
would've
is,
kept going.
They were probably trying to get it out of you, so maybe none of them have one.
But it was the big guy. They were like the bigger guys who definitely seemed to be calling the shots and running the show.
We have one of the big. We have the big one here.
Which one?
The main one.
It may be
that is what I was just. Yeah.
It might be a little presumptuous of us to try to understand the hierarchy of Ukatoa's minions.
We had falchions. We had the same sort of curved blade that I did. I didn't see I didn't see an eye or an orb in the sword, though, right?
No, just a similar shape, same barnacled growths on them, similar kind of perpetually wet, oceanic essence to it.
I spent enough time with it. It was the same sword.
Even the swords have reverted back.
Should we search for an orb in you, Ford? I mean, not like that, but should we? Do you have one inside of you still?
All evidence seems to suggest yes.
How do we get it out?
I don't know.
How did you get it in?
Do we have to go back to that temple? Do you have to give it back?
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if you can.
What if? No.
I mean,
What if we blink into the ethereal plane? Do you think we would see it in the ethereal plane?
What do you mean, like in me or outside of me?
You would have probably. No, I don't
True, I
know.
would have seen something with True Sight. Do I remember back to the party if I saw something in Ford with True Sight?
Not in that instance, no.
Okay.
I had a dream where I ingested a sword I could try and throw up. There was another one where I pushed it into my chest.
Do you have 2 orbs in you still?
No, I'm just saying I consumed
Do you have 2 orbs?
No, I only have.
How do you know?
Because I opened the key to one of the locks of Uk'otoa with
How
the
did you
sword.
get it open? Did you pull it out?
There were 2 eyes in the sword, and I placed it down into the ground, but I had to use the pommel of the sword.
There are 2 that you've placed, actually.
2 that I.
So you have 2 orbs inside of you. You're 2 orbs inside of you.
No, you've placed 2 orbs. There was one at Irukezul.
Placed one. I placed one from the pommel.
Correct. Sorry, there were 2 that have been placed. Yes.
Yeah, because the third one unleashes the gates, right?
Right. I was holding the last key.
Does your sword, Falchion, whatever, right now have an eye on it?
It did when I threw it in the pool of magma.
Wait, but where's your sword?
Your current sword does not.
No eye, right? No eye.
No eye.
Can you try and make it a thing? Can you try and make it have an eyeball?
Why would you do that? That's the Wild Mother sword.
I mean, if we get it, then we just toss that bitch in the ocean and keep going. It'll be fine. Make me an eye.
No, Ford.
Nothing happens.
No, it doesn't work.
Then how do you get this orb out of you? Should we slice him open?
Jester, you have been able to find things. Would you be able to
locate an object? I mean, I could if I.
Have you seen?
If I sleep on it, you know what I mean. I gotta sleep on it. But I gotta think about it.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Bo, Yasha, you can like divine aspects or whatever. If I lift my arms, can you like push around in my guts and my rib cage and see if there's anything? I can like feel if there's a tangerine in that
Can I try
bitch.
and basically
It's gonna be if we're doing this, I cast locate object level 3
Oh, you
on
have
this.
it already fucking prepared? Well, good for you.
Okay, and you are
trying to find the orb.
Okay, you can sense that there is something of the essence that you're seeking for within Ford's body.
Oh.
Though
it doesn't feel like an orb, does it?
I mean, it resembles an orb, but it's there. That's as much as you can make
It's
out.
not like, oh, it's definitely in the thigh.
Correct. I mean, when that thing was in my chest before I decided to take, just a quick repose, was he like doing the same thing that we were just doing? Was he trying to grab something out of my chest, or?
He was
going for it.
Chest.
And it was felt very
So it's
centralized.
not me that he wanted. He wanted something out of me.
Well, I don't know. He also was trying to pull you down into the ocean. So
They really wanted to kill you.
Wait. They were trying to take me off the boat?
I think he was trying to take you off the boat after they knew that most of the team had been compromised.
Yeah, we weren't giving him time to do his
do what
work,
he
and
needed.
so he needed to leave with your corpse.
Or they just really.
Or they had to take you
Liked you
somewhere,
a lot.
dead or alive.
He seemed very much like he knew what he was doing and what he was going for in his chest. I think he ran.
So maybe if I die, something happens.
Or maybe it doesn't matter.
So you had a dream that you swallowed this orb and the orb is there?
Open your mouth.
Yes.
Do I see anything in his throat?
Make a perception check.
His tonsil swollen.
Strap.
Good.
20. What is that? 24.
24.
No, did I add that right?
Don't act like this.
Yeah.
All right.
No. 22.
22. Okay. Mild discoloration around the tonsils.
I am. Going with seawater every night.
Throw him overboard.
Actually, fairly healthy, but no orb.
I don't see anything. I don't see anything.
Well, look, I mean, you had wet dreams for months about trying
Not
to
quite as that makes it sound.
get Uk'otoa free. We know very clearly what Uk'otoa's mission is, and I'm assuming...
It's bad that, like, maybe it's like Beetlejuice. If you say his name 3 times in a row, it's really bad, then it'll show up on the boat.
What is Beetlejuice?
The ship. You know.
Oh.
Like Candyman.
Is that a drink from, like...
It's not helpful. I don't know what can be.
Yeah, kind. Like the Blair Witch.
What is the Blair Witch?
I don't know how to get this out. But I think it's fair to assume. How is the ship, by the way?
Not too bad.
Below decks is a little towed up.
A little towed up from the float
towed
up?
up from,
Gallon at this point arrives to the deck and goes like, "Oh, everything okay?"
I mean,
yeah, just fine, you know.
Yeah.
Spilled a bit of wine.
Yeah.
Should I start getting to repairs?
Yes.
Okay.
Start with the cannon.
You know what? Oh, I have an idea. What if I send a message to Azek?
To say what?
Say, come over here and help us get this orb out of Ford.
I think that would be. Let's wait.
Why?
That just too much happening all at once. This feels like so many moving parts.
I think my only question, not my only question, one of many questions is, were these creatures that came for you, was one of them or all of them actors or operators like you yourself were at one time, or like Avantika was, or are they just sent by, you know?
I don't recognize the Goliath or the female elf, correct?
No, upon inspecting their corpses, these are all just...
My question is, and I don't know if there's an answer to this, is there a way to determine if a body is cursed, after death or during life? I just don't...
You want me to try the pressure points thing?
Cures curses.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if it detects curses. Does it detect good and evil, maybe?
Detect good and evil?
Yeah.
No,
I don't think I have
hitting me.
No, I don't have that prepared. Well, maybe I do. No, I don't.
You know, it's a service that I offer. You know, if you need it.
I've burned almost every spell I have at this point. I'm
gonna go
running a little low.
investigate just the other dead bodies.
I'm just gonna
There's
start.
some down below deck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Let's collect. Let's
Just
make
go
sure to
around and
collect
collect
them
stuff.
I'm gonna feel all
It's such an
Ford's
extreme
chest
transformation.
and like this area.
The abs area or the
The-
pecs area?
No, like the abs. You know, like the
solar
solar
plexus.
plexus.
Sternum?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, but you should get all up and down.
I'm really gonna like tickle him. You know what I mean? I need to feel to see if I can feel anything. Do you mind? Is this okay? I want to see if I feel
I was
anything.
just dead, so have at it.
No, I mean, if this is uncomfortable for you, let me know.
I'm actually enjoying it, it's
Okay.
fine.
Roll medicine check.
18.
18.
I didn't get guidance. Too late.
He seems sound. You don't feel any odd
Hardness.
The other bodies that are around, the sea spawn in particular, the kind of lesser, strange aquatic fish mutated creatures, did not. Yeah. They did not revert to their form. They are still their mutated, torn asunder selves based on their various means of being destroyed. Only the 3 elevated entities that you battled were the ones that returned to some sort of natural humanoid body.
Can't you speak with dead things?
I can, tomorrow.
Okay. We should try to if we can. It might provide some answers. Until then...
Think about what you want to know.
Well, I'm also a bit of a homing beacon. I was sleeping in the captain's quarters like a dingle barfed.
Yeah, we should. You know what?
Do you know something?
We should all. We should all sleep in the captain's quarters.
Yeah.
together.
You can string us up a little alarm, Caleb.
I think that we maybe need to fall on old practices even though we're on the ship.
If I could add to the protocol, perhaps. Caleb, about what time is it today?
Oh, it's exactly...
I'd say at this point it's around 2:30 in the morning.
Could you remind me? Oh God! So
Yeah,
at
it's
2:30 in the morning every day, and I'll cast underwater breathing just on everyone, just in case they don't just come for me or us.
Like
but
2
they come
a.m. We
for
should
the
do it at
ship.
like 2 a.m.
What about bedtime?
How long does that last? About
24 hours.
How about bedtime every night?
Do it right
Yeah.
before you go to bed.
24 hours.
Right before bed.
Just in case they blow up the ship and then we're all in the water.
Yeah, or Ukatoa comes up and like tentacles around the whole ship and like cracks it in half and then brings it down into the
hasn't been
ocean.
released yet. I don't think that's
Yeah, the fact that you're walking around means that's not going to happen.
I mean, I don't think he's been released yet. I actually don't know. I just assumed with the sword being thrown in that the glass key and the sword were destroyed, but
Well, obviously not.
clearly.
I think they need you to release him.
Seems like a rumor that would spread pretty easily
I
if he
mean,
were released.
Yeah.
Ukatoa is going to get what he wants, whether you help him or not.
Well, I don't know.
Is it worth taking a swim? Seeing what we're parked on top of?
In the pouring rain at 2:30 in the morning.
I don't know.
It's also really cold.
The two other ships have now closed in to check, and other bells are ringing, and Orly is interfacing with them, letting them know that the danger is past, and a bit of shouting back and forth from ship to ship, you know. Do you need aid?
I mean, we're right near the
Nearing
temple.
the Inkla Reef, right?
You guys are just north of Inkla Reef.
North, okay.
You have about, I'd say, with the weather as it is right now, between 6 to 7 days. If the storm continues, it might be less if it lets up.
I think the temple is inland. It's not out here, the last one.
You believe, based on the visions you had, that it was north of Nicodranus.
Yeah. Like just west and south of the gate entrance
the
into the Empire.
Gorge, yeah.
I just mean we're near the other temple, the one that you already opened.
Yeah.
You are just north of Urukazel.
Yeah. Sometimes the two of you special kids
No,
are
the first
able
one you went to, which is to the lower...
inkling of things that we cannot understand.
Lower right of the map.
That may be a thing to do tomorrow as well.
Yeah, I can commune tonight. I can ask the traveler if he knows anything or if he can sense the orb in Ford.
We know the orb's in Ford.
Yeah, but if you could like find where it is or like if he knows how to get it out, if he's heard about anything like this. I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna commune, I'm gonna spend 10 minutes and I'm gonna set up a ritual.
Actually, could we join you and just see if the Wild Mother might have anything to say about it as well?
I don't
maybe
think-
just a meditative.
Do you have commune?
Caduceus fought very hard for you when you were down. I don't know if he's feeling up to it.
I'll give it a try, but I don't promise anything. I'm a little burnt.
Have you spent this time focusing on casting a healing spell, by the way?
I thought it got interrupted by. I assumed that paralyze willpower roll just
But you
completely
succeeded.
blew that. Oh, did I succeed?
Yeah, you didn't you succeeded, so you managed to continue with it.
Oh yeah, extra 21 hit points then to you, and then anybody else.
21,
and
you're saying?
Yeah, 21, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 of the crew members.
I'm at full if anyone needs it more.
Orly could probably use it.
Yeah,
Orly will take that happily.
So that worked. I thought I'd blown that. So.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to use my percentile dice to try and cast commune, if that makes sense.
Oh, so you're using your divine intervention to commune with the Wild Mother? Okay, give it a shot.
I'm gonna set up all my little statues that we've spent all this time making. I'm gonna have so many little teeny traveler decks sitting around me as I try. Ooh, Caleb! Will you cast pretty lights or something so that it makes it extra special pretty?
Yes, cast Widowgast's pretty lights.
Cast Widowgast's pretty lights. They are green. They are glowing a pale green and floating around Chester's head.
That's really pretty.
All right.
Hues.
This is pretty great. Now that I know that you're not actually a god, I can just like talk to you right now like I would normally talk to you. So, hey, can you come here really fast? Because I've got some major questions I need to ask you and we need your help.
The dried and rotted bits of vine and leaf that originally congealed around Ford's wound begin to kind of blow with the wind and And as they blow, they seem to scatter wider and create more in their space. And as the swirl kind of passes your vision, it seems to wipe into the cloaked figure that's so familiar to you. As Artagan steps forward and goes, "Hello, my dear.
Hi.
You have some questions."
Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna ask you that. We just had a crazy fight.
You're learning. Proud of you.
So Ford has a thing, like a ball, an orb, an eyeball stuck inside of his body.
Mm-hmm.
And these dudes are like coming after him for it. They're like, we really want to let Ukatoa out.
No.
And I was wondering if you know how to get the orb out of him.
The questions.
Okay,
hold on. No. You asked your question. The answer is, I believe I have an inkling, yes.
Oh, come on, Ma.
Not my rules.
Is that the only question you get?
No, I get 2 more. Okay. I got to think of how I'm going to phrase this.
Doesn't involve me dying.
Yeah.
Do we have to like cut him open to get it out?
I wouldn't recommend it.
Okay, that's good to know. Is it something that's within my skill set now?
I think you are quite capable, Jester.
Okay.
That's
And then vanishes into the air.
magic 8-ball bullshit.
He's so smart. Okay,
That's good.
so something that I can do.
You have removed types of curses before, have you not?
I mean, yeah, I'm in Greater Restoration, but does that remove a ball from somebody?
You know a lot of
I will
spells.
say, you guys
Only one way
expended
to find
a
out.
hell of a lot of Greater Restoration diamonds when you were at the Clay family, more than you had technically had at the ready.
That's true.
So unless you guys have picked up specifically,
No, I don't.
beyond the diamonds that you just used on Revivify, you do not have Greater Restoration capability.
What do you need for
I need diamond dust, at least 100 gold's worth.
Yep.
I have a
We
diamond,
but we shouldn't.
but I shouldn't use
no.
it, no.
I have gold dust.
Nope.
I don't need that, I need diamond dust. Orly!
You see him interfacing with the second of the ships that's now currently turning back and slowly making its way towards its position in the Armada formation and turns back.
Orly, do you have any diamond dust on you? Because I know you do, your enchanted tattoos and stuff. Did anybody...
My skill set definitely allows me to work with it, but my customers have to provide the components.
Right.
You understand?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
There's no way that being stabbed by one of those swords is like a slowly growing disease. Is it?
Sure, I mean, everything's
slowly change
possible.
into that? Is there any way to detect a disease or a poison or a...
Detect good and evil, maybe, or detect... Do we have detect poison? I don't have anything like that prepared.
on hands? I just don't know if I need
I'm
to.
just sending a message to Essex.
Okay.
Oh, I don't want Orly turning into a fish person.
Hey, Essex! Do you have any diamonds on you that you'd be willing to give me? Like, something worth like 100 gold or something? I promise I will pay you back, or I could give you some gold now. I really need it. Can you just come over here if you have it?
For the element of that message that he did receive,
Uh-huh.
he responds, "It is early, Jester.
Oh shit, it's 2:30 in the morning.
Unfortunately, that is not the type of component that I prepared for the journey." That's it.
I have this stuff that we got way back in, I don't know, Zadash? Rexentrum? I have no idea where we got this. This bag of green glass dust stuff.
I mean...
Does that do something?
It's not diamond dust, though.
I know, but does it take the place of that?
How much do you have?
Because you used
800 gold worth of residuum.
Residuum, by its nature, can be used to replace any amount of money's worth of a material component. That's part of the reason why it's also so sought after and so rare.
Can I get 100 gold?
I mean, sure, yeah, I don't know.
Do this if you like. Let's give this a roll.
Caduceus is gonna do it.
You've done a lot tonight.
I would recommend holding his hand. This may hurt.
Or his abs.
Or his.
Hold my hand for.
Just a second. What are we doing?
We're just gonna try something.
Have you ever gotten a tooth pulled?
Yes.
It's like that.
That didn't feel very good.
Well?
Then hold my hand. You can squeeze it as hard as you want.
Do you want to bite down on something?
You can use my bow staff.
This is making me feel...
You want to bite on the bow staff? Oh, it's a little big. That's really big.
Do you want me to tell you a joke to lighten the mood?
Take a swig from the flask.
I have the bow staff in my hand.
Okay, you'll be fine.
Just for added bonus, I'm going to cast this at like 6th level.
Fuck you!
So you're casting Greater Restoration?
Yep.
I'm going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter on him.
On board?
Yeah, just so he's laughing while this happens.
Okay. Roll a wisdom saving throw for it.
Love that Joker.
18.
Oh,
18.
Beat it. Well, I'll still tell you the joke anyway. Why did Captain Tusktooth start smoking cigarettes at the dock?
Why?
Peer pressure.
Oh, wow.
I think everyone takes psychic damage at that point.
Didn't work. You didn't laugh, everyone. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take the residuum and I'm just gonna pulse it through you and see what happens and give it a
mark 100 gold's worth of residuum off of your list.
My level 6 for the day.
As you concentrate, Caduceus, and reach out towards Ford's chest, you find your vision darken. And your instinct immediately is that fight or flight, that fear impulse kick in. But you find yourself surrounded in warmth, like you were dropped into a warm bath. Caduceus, as you concentrate, the same lichen that grows upon your armor begins to grow from your fingertips and find its way gathering at the center of Ford's chest. This kind of bright pink plume of fungus begins to just grow and generate around the sternum. In you, in this moment with your eyes closed, that warmth, you feel this twinge of pain right there that begins to grow and burn and sear. And you feel his hand squeeze tightly. Nausea begins to kick in, wave after wave, as this horrible pain begins to just burn from the inside. It is awful. It begins to come in such heavy waves that you find yourself falling to your knees, and that nausea is burning heavily within the depths of your chest and belly. Caduceus, as you hold tightly, you watch as Caduceus falls to his knees and begins to just shudder. All of you begin to grow nervous with what is happening, especially with how now, barely recovering from the edge of death, he seems to be convulsing in the way that he is.
You're hurting him.
I'm gonna link my arm in his arm just to keep him there and to keep him upright and safe.
Okay. The pain begins to entirely consume your perspective. The warmth isn't there. The darkness is barely something you could concentrate on. It is just the pain, and it feels like a burning, white-hot poker right in the center of your chest, moving up towards your sternum, up to your clavicle, and as the nausea kicks in, you find yourself retching. You watch as Ford suddenly doubles over and vomits what seems to be gallons of frothy seawater onto the deck of the ship. This horrible, guttural, all muscles tensing vomit. And as the seawater splashes onto it with a heavy, you see a singular cloven crystal.
Don't touch it. Somebody pick it up with an object and let's put it in the bag as quickly as possible.
Your vision returns.
Take it off my sash and scoop it up and tie it off.
Let's put it.
I hold back his little teeny man bun.
Holy shit!
Put it in the bag as soon as
Oh,
possible.
it's coming out of your nose.
I put it in this, it will be gone.
Perfect.
Gone.
What does that mean, going on?
How gone?
It's the Amber stuff.
No one can see me.
Perfect. Let's do
Use
it.
my long
Right now.
sleeve to wipe up Ford's face and mouth.
Caleb starts placing out the pieces of amber and around it on the deck. And as a ritual, casts the Vault of Amber. And it just goes.
Widowgast's Vault of Amber?
Not just Vault of Amber. You don't have to say the Widowcast part every time. Most of the time will suffice, but occasionally you can just dial it back to the actual function of the spell.
It's WGVA.
All right.
Oh my god.
And then I take all those, I collect them, and I keep the one piece of amber now on a chain.
Okay.
And next to the other.
How do you feel, Ford?
A few gallons lighter.
Best.
I mean, I feel fine.
I mean, given the circumstances, you don't sense any physical difference before or after beyond just a sense of well-being that washes over you, knowing that that thing is out of you.
Can I make myself look like Jester?
Certainly.
Does it work?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was that about?
I'm just making sure I could still, do things. I hadn't realized that was there.
It's not the source of your power, Ford.
Not anymore.
That's good. What did it look like?
Really slimy.
Crazy.
It's strangely like an eyeball.
Did it move?
No, it just rolled and stopped.
And you throw up that much, like eyes and the nose just go. It's like being in a car wash. Couldn't see anything.
What?
Speaking of, Marius!
How did he survive this shit?
Hey!
Get a bucket and a mop, clean up this puke, okay?
Swab the deck.
Swab the deck, Marius.
Yeah, it stopped raining at the wrong time.
Yeah.
Actually,
it's still raining, but he's just.
Marius, did you kill a guy? Did you kill that guy?
I grievously wounded him.
Oh my god.
He would have
Good job, Marius.
Thank you.
How bad is Grievous?
Pretty bad.
Okay, well done.
Yeah.
Good work.
I'll get the mop.
Might get rid of the bodies of the three fish people. Keep the.
It's useless. Yeah, hopefully he's better at cleaning than he is at killing.
Want to help with that?
Do you think that maybe
Carrying fish
Caduceus
people?
should cast that spell on all of us, just in case we all have strange curses or things inside of us?
Did you go around swallowing weird balls too?
I mean, my teenage years.
College was interesting.
I think Yasha and I are going to go downstairs and start gathering up the fish people.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Decompose on them too, just to.
Actually, if you wouldn't mind bringing them up here first, just to see them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do make a weird sound as they hit the deck.
Like Donald Duck hiccuping.
They're like.
I know people did some passes
Bad
of
physics.
them.
Go ahead.
Thanks, Oblivion.
Can I strip them down and turn them around and like see if they have any tattoos? Like look at the back of their neck.
The people.
There's the fish people. Well, we have all of them up here now. So.
Could be a bite, could be a stab wound, could be a.
Yeah, I just want to look for
marking?
any markings on their body.
Make an investigation check.
Hell yeah, that's what I do. Good on my good
Usually.
days. Okay.
Get a high modifier.
19.
19?
Luckily,
Okay.
my fire's good.
On the sea spawn creatures, the ones that maintain their fish form, you don't see any particular tattoos. You do notice they have heavy gills, They are very physically altered, and they're mutations, the ones that have like the heavy quills themselves that project from the body. They are far from human. But no particular markings beyond just their physical alterations. The tentacle arms are quite disgusting and have their own kind of, almost like a shark skin, where from one direction it's smooth and the other hand, and it kind of pricks up into a very grating texture. The humanoid bodies that have reverted from the three there, you do notice on the lead one, in the middle of the chest, there is a familiar single yellow tattoo of an eye.
Was this the one we cut into?
Yes. So you would have already noticed it, but it didn't come up earlier.
Right.
But yeah.
Well, there's half of it here and half of it over here.
Yeah, you have to kind of put it back together.
Have these ones that have been brought up, have they transformed back into their original states?
Yes, that's the elf and the Goliath.
Oh, okay. Sorry, there's no others. Right.
Wouldn't stay.
Does it look like the Avantika's tattoo?
I mean, it's similar, but like the design's different. But it's a similar type of, a very much a tattoo scarring experience that is part of a worship or symbolism for a familiar entity.
Did you have one of those tattoos?
I did, but you don't want to see where it is. It's very painful.
Right on the taint.
Yep, right on the in-betweenus. Just
Whoa.
had to hold my ankles and ride
Really
the
did it,
lightning.
actually.
Yeah, just...
Oh, that's right. There's no machines.
Just a couple of times that orb came up and swallowed back down.
5 years, everybody.
The art that's going to come out of that one.
Oh, no. Hopefully a gift.
I don't know what
Chiseled is as it was described.
So it's
Might want to bite down on this.
Boy, that was a 2-minute detour, guys.
Yeah, we needed that. We needed a good laugh.
It is still raining. It is still freezing. It is still
AM hours.
Yes.
It's still 2:45 now.
We're gonna need a proper
We gotta go to sleep.
Gotta go to sleep.
Let's toss these bodies over.
Let's keep the humans and toss the fish. I'm gonna decompose the fish, and if we want to drop them.
They don't grow fungus, but you watch as elements of the body begin to grow a little more translucent, and bits of foam begin to gather at the joints. Before you throw them overboard.
They grow.
Sploosh, sploosh.
I should really wash my arm off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wash my arm off.
Yeah, you're like
go to sleep.
halfway to the bicep.
Make a dome.
Would you like to come to the captain's quarters, or should I join you in the small room?
I feel like it's safer if we're in the captain's
He
quarters.
doesn't want to be alone.
Well, he shouldn't be.
Is there room for all of us?
Yeah, last time I woke up, there was a blade sticking out of my chest. I don't know. Is there enough room for?
I mean,
It's cozy.
it'll be super cozy.
Let's go
Because you have a
down.
desk and a bed in that
Is there
chamber.
room for
Oh,
a
yeah.
dome? We can go downstairs and for the dome, I guess.
Oh, let's get rid of the desk and the bed. No, that's fine. We'll go below.
Okay.
Below decks.
Okay.
Should do the mid-level, not the bottom.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys head to the gun deck. There is a chamber that is definitely large enough to fit all you
Oh yeah,
comfortably.
I had a big bed in mine.
Yeah. Okay.
And I did cast underwater breathing at 2 in the morning.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You guys ready yourselves for an evening's rest, eventually going to complete the rest of your night's sleep. So go ahead and take your long rest.
Oh my god.
Dude.
I'm also, anytime we do this, Caleb will go down to the bottom level of the ship and use his silver wire to make an X across the ceiling for where he believes we have stationed the dome, so that there is an alarm set beneath the dome.
Okay. Fair enough.
That will be part of the bedtime ritual.
Okay. Sleep doesn't come all that easy, as there is the sound of Galen.
Wow, at 2:30. Good
You told
for
him to go fix stuff, and it was their, like they're sleeping during the day when you guys are running the ship, so you guys are running odd hours. So there's always some crew manning it as you continue. but you manage it. The gun deck does have a bit of damage, both from the fight, the scuffle, and a lot of you can see about 3 of the cannons themselves have a lot of just hundreds and hundreds of tiny gash marks across the iron. Not enough to damage them or make them non-functional, but they definitely textured and weathered. Some of the wood around them is splintered. The wood on the ceiling itself has a couple of locations that look a bit damaged, but that's what Gallant's currently working on repairing and getting some patching elements to it.
Oh, look at all these lovely spells in the back. That's so nice.
But
no.
The next day comes to you without issue.
Without issue.
The rain does, however, greet you in the morning as you awaken. So at this point, you guys have a few more days to continue. The next day progresses, which I believe is the 6th day?
I'm going to interrogate.
The 5th day, I think.
5th day? Okay.
Want to interrogate the bodies?
Do we eat breakfast first, or while we're interrogating, we should eat breakfast?
Let's have breakfast first.
Also, Caleb, your magic is so impressive. I sometimes take it for granted. Where does that go? Just to another dimension, or is it just hidden? Or?
Yeah, well, it is with me, but it is not on this plane. It is anchored to a point within this one specific hunk of amber. So anchored to that, and wherever I bring said anchor, that pocket travels with.
So if someone were to trace or try to locate it, it wouldn't point to your hunk of amber.
Well, I also have this, and I pull out the necklace I've had since the beginning of our story. This keeps me and all my possessions hidden. Not you, or any of the rest of you, but this, your cat's eye marble is now erased.
Wow.
Very well
That would have
hidden.
been really useful when we had the beacon on us.
Well, I haven't figured out how to do
No, I get
it yet.
I'd prefer that. I just didn't want all of a sudden the attention of this thing to be pointed at you.
You probably know what you look like.
I think the attention is still probably pointed at you. You know, people have tried to find us as we have tried to find other people, and you are still the last one who had it. So they would come with questions, perhaps.
Unless they were tracking the ball directly. They
We
might
just killed 5 or 6 of his men. So maybe.
Oh man, Ukuto is so pissed at you.
I have a feeling Ukuto is not the sentimental type.
Yeah, but
he's a ragey type.
I feel like he can get more fish people.
there are more fish people in the sea.
There are plenty of fish people.
We should see if these are just devotees or if they were taken.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
What do we do with the ball now that we have it?
What do you mean? It's in his hidden dimension of nowhere.
Keep it forever, hidden away.
Leave it there?
Possibly find a way to destroy it.
Or, I don't know if it can be destroyed. At the very least, we could take it to the Happy Fun Ball at some point.
Put a ball in the ball?
Put a ball in the ball.
Meta ball. What if we actually put the ball into the lava?
We are, going to a volcano, I was about to say.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll have a cool effect that you could use to enthrall the guests.
That's a good idea. Maybe I can turn all of the other people that worship the Traveler into fish people.
Wow!
Yeah, you throw those pine cones into the fire, they burn like blue and green. Maybe this was like yellow.
Yeah. Like a crazy big eyeball.
Crazy fire colors! Whoa!
Just a little woozy, guys.
Maybe it would anger a titan at the bottom of the sea and create a tidal wave. It's hard to predict.
You never know.
Let's ask some questions.
Think about what you want to know.
Oh, me?
I mean, yeah.
Okay. I haven't thought about it at all. Let's do this.
Which one do you want to start with?
The leader.
Yeah. Tattoo McFuckribs.
You don't want to work
love
up
the
to it?
Fuck rib.
We can ask all of them?
It only comes every once in a while, but
I got
it
a lot
is
of this.
so good when it comes
Sure,
out.
let's ask the...
You can only do one at a time and only once.
Yeah, let's start with the female elf then.
All right, it helps if they see a friendly face. So, hold on. I'm going to look like Ivanica.
Oh.
Okay.
This is weird.
Will she be able to see all of us, or just you?
Do you sound like Ivanica, or do you sound like Ivanica? This is like...
I sound like me. I don't really.
That's great.
I can try and I'll do it.
that's
I'll
not
do a
very
thing.
good.
But they're not really that smart, so. I think that they only really pay attention to the person who casts the spell. I think everything else is just kind of not there.
This is so
This
weird.
This
right
is not
now.
life. This is. I'm really glad that I can't see what this looks like right now. It feels whoa, but yeah. I'm also so short.
It sounded like on Sunday mornings.
All right, I'm gonna put one of them up.
Which one?
Which one do you want? The half orc or the
female?
The female elf.
Female half elf. Okay.
Let's put the elf.
Okay.
Against the. Start burning some of the fungus underneath its. Getting the spores out, and I'm going to cast Speak with Dead.
Okay. The dull, lifeless look in the eyes is maintained. The eyes do roll to look towards you. Just looking at you.
Who gave you your mission to find the orb?
Oh, God. I had to finally do it back to you guys.
I would ask, was she a willing follower? And the other one would be, does she know how she came to take that previous shape?
Were you a willing follower of Uk'otoa?
Okay. And ask her how she took that previous shape.
Did the power to take your previous shape come from you or something else?
It was granted reward.
It's probably the end of that.
You get 2 more questions.
Oh no, that's
You have
3.
five
I have
questions.
5. Okay.
5?
You get to be the
Were they coming
commune.
for the orb or were they coming for me?
A reward for what?
Allegiance.
Were you following the orb or the one who carried it?
Dead people are the worst.
Well, that's no help.
A bit of
We'll
froth
keep
kind of
running.
stumbles out of the mouth. As she goes
Decompose.
It's Caduceus' version of talk to the hand.
Yeah.
I'll toss that one over in a minute.
Do you think those fish people were like fiends, or do you think they were just like, just regular old creatures?
Should we ask them, like, do they have a headquarters? Do they
Where do they come from?
congregate? Yeah.
Where do they go to commune with? I'm not going to say the name.
I'll find out. I'll find out also. I think we'll ask also if they know who you were. If that makes sense, or if they
I'll
just.
say yes because I had it, but maybe you can ask, like, if he didn't have it anymore, were you still going to need him?
It's a little complicated.
Well, they're dead.
So the Goliath and the human man.
Which one's the leader? Is it the?
The leader would be the human man.
Yeah. So let's start with the Goliath then.
All right. The thin but very tall half-giant figure is brought into the center place we had previously set the ritual and sits there lifeless, jaw open.
Oh no, not the open mouth.
I'm gonna prop the head up in my hand.
Terrible.
Tongue kind of like lulls out a bit.
Where do the disciples of Uk'otoa congregate?
Wherever there's water.
Do you know the name of the bearer of the orb?
Maybe.
Maybe.
They don't have to answer. They can lie to you.
Uk'otoa
Uk'otoa.
demands honesty. Tell me the name of the orb bearer.
I don't know your face. I say what I wish.
Do you still look like a Montica? Yeah. What? Ask what color the fire would be if we threw the orb in lava.
How long have you been a follower of Uk'otoa?
Not long enough.
This guy sucks. This guy sucks.
It's the worst. What happens if Uk'otoa can't retrieve the orb?
You'll find out.
Has Uk'otoa been released?
He hasn't. That guy sucked.
That guy was the worst.
What a dick.
Like talking to Shelda. Ugh.
Oh, yeah.
I'm right here.
Oh, hey, Shelda, sorry.
Last one, if you want it.
Wait, do you want to change your appearance to make yourself more imposing?
Make yourself look like one of the fish
Make
people.
yourself look like Ford.
Make yourself
It won't talk to Ford.
like one of
Ford
the,
is a follower,
the
or
bad
was?
guys.
You could try and make yourself look like Bandrin.
I could if I could do this more than once a day.
I could do it.
Yeah. Sure. If someone wants to do that, then I'm okay with that. But I don't think I should look like you. I think that would be a very bad idea.
What if we just looked like
This elven woman.
You could. I don't have any objections to you looking like me. Why would that be bad?
If I were a follower of Uk'otoa, why would I tell you anything?
Because you could lie to them and say, it worked, you killed me. I'm now a follower also. I don't know, you could just lie.
If I said that to you, would you believe any of it?
You're very convincing.
I'm not that convincing.
Can you roll a deception check against a dead?
You can.
Yeah.
If there's grounds for deceiving, yeah.
Usually the finding a friendly face is the
How's
best
your
way.
deception
But unfortunately,
modifier?
that was not a face recognized by the
Ooh,
individuals.
what about if you show them the orb?
I think that would be a mind-bendingly bad idea.
They'd be like, I'll give this to you if you answer my question.
Well, you know they ran with this crew. Why not just make yourself
That's what
look
I'm
like the
saying.
other woman?
Yeah,
Or
the
like
elven woman,
the elven
and
woman.
brainstorm with this last one about what to do next.
Well,
now that
Or
someone
the
wants to do
douchebag
that.
Goliath. Maybe you pretend to be him.
If someone wants to do that, that's fine. I just
Jesse,
can't
you
do that
can
again.
sure.
is the elven woman.
I
I think Goliath
will
might be
make
fit this
myself
voice.
look like
Wait, yourself.
Oh, you need to make me because they won't talk to you.
Oh,
She would
I was
speak
going
with
to
Dad.
speak with Dad.
Oh, then you do it. Go ahead.
I pull out the pearl and place it against Jester's forehead and spend a moment making geometric shapes around her head. So, for lying to the dead.
Okay. What am I asking her?
That's a good question.
Well, let's talk it out. They came to get Ford.
Yeah.
You are talking to presumably your leader.
Yeah.
We don't know if they came to get Ford or the orb, if they know who Ford is.
Both.
Okay.
Yeah?
We don't know.
We still haven't gotten the question answered on if they needed Ford alive.
Okay.
Are more coming, maybe?
Okay, so I'm going to be like, oh man, everyone got killed. Except for me.
The target got away.
The target got away.
What should we do next?
Do we have the reinforcements coming? Should I go after him or should they go after the orb? They threw the orb away. Should they go after... No, does that...
What should we do next, fearless leader?
Okay.
The dead can't really. They're not that bright either. So they're making them think complex thoughts doesn't often go very well.
So I should just be like...
I don't know what to do without you. Who should I go to? What is our next move?
Yeah, they used it. I can't remember anything. Tell me where I'm supposed to go now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm going to disguise self as the elven woman.
Okay.
You know what makes me... I wonder... I'm already the elven woman. I wonder how long they were the creatures Had
How's
they
that
been
go
like
again?
that for a long time, or did they change at will?
That's a good question. I bet they were that creature.
For a long time.
Probably for a long time.
So I probably should have just made myself look like.
Yeah, you probably should have like blah 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 blah.
Did
It's
they
probably an
speak?
easier voice.
Could they talk?
Can you do the Mercer sound? Can you do the?
They made a lot of. I feel like they were talking.
there you go.
Were they talking?
I don't know. I'm just gonna be the other one because fuck it, I already did it.
Great.
They were saying commands to each other, weren't they? Do I remember them saying commands to each other?
They were communicating,
but they were.
Were they speaking in common? Or they were speaking out fish sounds, right?
I'm
They're
gonna
a predator
speak.
talking.
Yeah.
All right, I'm
the
gonna
language you
speak
could
with
understand.
Dad on the the Goliath guy. That's the one.
On the leader.
No, the human.
That's the one we haven't talked to yet.
Baldy.
The one that we chopped.
The one we chopped up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Good thing I'm not looking at myself. Okay. Cast speak with Dad. Whoa.
Okay. So, the final the human man, as you reach forward and kind of like finish the completion of the spell on it, you can see one of the eyes, because one of the eyes is kind of damaged and ruined from the battle. The other one kind of like.
Would you definitely like be away from my room?
Would you say from over there?
Don't look over there.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, they really fucked up your body. Ooh.
The eyes just looking at you.
Well, that battle did not go well, huh? Looks like we got defeated and they got away, but what do we do now? Leader?
Roll a deception check.
Oh, what do we do now?
What? Look at your pretty star necklace.
God.
It's too late for that.
No, it's not good.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. Oh!
That was a very Stanley Spadowski reaction of you.
That was really good. That was 23.
20.
She found the marble in the oatmeal.
She found the marble in the oatmeal.
I speak with him for guidance.
That's a good idea. I don't know why I didn't think of that first. So I got hit in the head pretty hard in that fight. I can't remember if we're supposed to follow the orb now or are we supposed to follow the green guy.
One in the sea.
Oh, but not if the orb can get out of the guy, huh? Which is what happened. Where should I go? What should I do? Should I keep going after the guy?
Find the betrayer.
Okay.
It's you, Tarv.
Okay. Good idea. And then once I get him, I'm gonna take him back to the temple close by, maybe? Is that where to take him?
The final seal.
The final seal.
So let's go on anything else.
I mean, you got one more question. You might as well. Oh, you pooping?
What does Ukatel fear the most?
Oh.
Maybe that's a shit question.
Yeah, so our god, man, he's pretty scared of that green guy, huh? Is he super scared of him? What is he scared of the most?
What are his weaknesses?
Strong Bad wants to know.
I can't contemplate something far more than
And decompose.
I really wanted to show him that I wasn't actually the elven chick at the end.
You
there.
were so good.
Oh my god, you totally bought it.
Yeah, so that's the trick then. We have to play dumb with dead people.
I'm gonna
from now
switch
on.
back to myself.
Not real. It's okay. They're just not real.
Wow.
And
They're going
fish
after
food.
you, fool. They wanted you. the betrayer!
No, I heard this.
But then they also want him to open up the last seal.
Wow.
I get the distinct impression this is probably going to happen every time we get on a boat.
This was a success. I feel rejuvenated
You
and
got rid of the ball?
Yep. No problem.
We know that they're searching for you still, and do we need to protect you at all costs?
I feel like if we just tied a little flag and a bell to the sphere and just like threw it over the side of the boat, we could just fish with it, you know? Wouldn't really worry about me so much.
Maybe.
No?
They'd come and get it, and then Uk'otoa would be released, and then we'd all have to
I
fight the
get the
giants.
distinct impression that, that Uk'otoa really wants to find you too.
Okay. Good.
Betrayer's not a nickname you
We
give
just
to...
need to be prepared to have a fight every single night before we go to sleep.
Too much.
No fucking
We just have
way.
to string up the ship and...
Well, now we would be prepared for it, you know.
Should we try and ally ourselves with one of the other ships just to, well, God, what would we say?
We should tell Essek.
We're going to be attacked every night by a bunch of fish people.
We might not be attacked every night. I mean, it's going to take... We killed all of those. So it'll take time for word to get back, right?
From the...
This is the 5th day, you guys... I mean, depending on how long the storm lasts, it can be anywhere between another 4 to 6 days. The gauge is the weather comes.
Ask the Wild Mother to end the storm.
Ooh.
Oh, you're gonna try again?
I mean, it's a new day.
Okay.
74, so no, I don't think that works.
Sorry.
That's okay. It's the Hail Mary.
Are the other ships going full steam ahead? Full mast?
I mean, they're all going as quickly as the slowest ship. So it's not extremely quickly, because they're traveling, but they're also traveling in a formation to be ready for any sort of attack or assault that were to transpire on a mass scale towards the ships that are in the center of the Armada, which are the Wind of Aeons and the Blue Heaven, those that are transporting the artifact and the prisoner for this negotiation. So all the rest of the ships kind of encircle them and they all travel at a continued pace. You guys are kind of on the outskirts in the back right.
No.
We don't know who the prisoner is. It prisoner or prisoners?
The
prisoner is Vince.
Vince, yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You're gonna be trading.
I think as long as the two of us stay with 40, should be.
Yeah, no, I'm doing you, Bray.
I'm re-uploading from the cloud.
That's okay.
New phone.
Do not unplug your phone during this time.
That's a pretty solid.
We need to be ready every single night. It won't be every single night. It might not be at all, but we need to be ready. And I think it is likely that if they come back, it will be more than the first time.
That's true.
They will learn from their mistakes and see that we were able to handle ourselves.
Well, that might be it for a while.
Right. Maybe we should try and moor next to the other ships.
Hope for the best, expect the worst.
Well, we should continue repairs on the ship and just keep plowing ahead as fast as we can.
Okay. Alrighty.
Caleb, are you gonna take this Vestaragna?
Did you just roll dice?
Are you gonna take her up on wanting to talk with her, or is that something we're actually gonna do right now?
Well, she asked us if we wanted work in the north, but we are far too busy at the moment to accept any work.
I mean, beyond us accepting work out of being too busy, wouldn't we want to avoid working for Vestaragna?
We are not working for Vestaragna.
I know, I'm asking.
Yeah.
Can I summon the sword and cast See Invisibility?
Sure.
Are there any orbs?
Make a perception check.
It's got 12.
Okay. At the moment, you do not see any orbs, any sort of scrying beacons around you.
I think it's not insane to at least tell Vestaragna what we know now. I mean, we know it. I don't see what the harm of just letting them know that we know what's up.
That is complicated.
Super complicated.
Yeah, how do you mean? No, let them know what?
That it was a cult of a sea god that's got a
grudge against
one of our people.
What would that benefit us, though?
Yeah.
They'll just be like, oh, great. Well, then don't follow us anymore
don't
in
come
formation.
here. Go
You're
away.
making us unsafe.
I mean, I can't imagine that half the people in this group don't have weird stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's
but
just-
they're not
They keep
telling
it
anyone
secret.
else.
Exactly.
I mean,
Everyone's got their shit, and you keep it on lockdown, man.
you're not worried that no one's talking to anybody else? Or?
Well, I am worried, Caduceus, but we are gambling a bit here. If we let them know that there is an all-powerful monstrosity under the ocean that is going to stop at nothing to unleash itself by murdering us, probably the peace talks will be called off.
That's fair.
Man, you slurred that guy for a while, dude. That's
I'm just
crazy.
going to point out they were surprisingly chill about the last time this happened.
Actively repairing the boat. Just one?
I'll go with what the group.
You have Gallon is the carpenter assigned. The other carpenter is Jester.
I'll
so
go,
currently,
fine.
it's
I
just
understand
Gallon.
what you're saying. I'm going to go out.
Just take someone with you, and also someone go help Gallant. I just had a horrible thought that maybe since these humanoids could turn into those things, I just don't want to make sure we'd have some black pearl thing happen and some fucking ship comes up out of the ocean.
I don't know what that means.
Like a black pearl. You've never seen a black pearl before?
No.
Yeah, it comes up out of the ocean, turns into a ship, and then we're fighting like an undead sea person ship.
Is this a real thing?
I don't know. I just vomited a ball. What do you want from me?
This is true. I'm going to go.
To go check out on a galley?
We should just start working on the ship, just in case.
Go fix the ship.
We're all healed. I don't know if all ball eater is.
We're going to fix the ship.
All right. Gallon's done quite a bit. Gallon's currently sleeping because Gallon was up all night doing repairs.
I'll start where he left off and keep going.
So you continue going. No
I'll
worries.
supervise.
All right.
Don't supervise
I'm the
me.
cannon master.
I'm equal with you.
Yeah, but I'm in charge of the cannons.
Then look at your cannons while I look at this wood.
Cannons are kind of scraped up, I might add.
Yeah.
Fix those cannons. Somebody fucked them up.
I'll like
polish a cannon.
Sand and polish the cannon metal.
Let me tell you, sanding iron. It's a great use of your time.
Then I'll stop after 5 minutes and start working on other stuff.
You feel accomplished. Sure.
It's time.
The day. Go.
My point was, why would we even want to go talk to Vesterog now? Beyond us being too busy, she's like one of the prime murderous candidates of the Cerberus Assembly.
Yeah, we are on the same page.
I was just asking if you were going to take her up on her offer. And you're like, well, we're really busy. And I was like, that's not the point, though.
Yeah, but Beauregard, we want to at least create the semblance of cooperation. I mean, we don't trust them. They know that. They don't trust us. We know that. But if there is even a hair of doubt in their minds that perhaps their Empire citizens feel the need to cooperate or feel allegiance to country.
Yeah. No, I'm with it.
So
and
keep
hip.
it hazy.
Yeah, I was just checking in with you, man. Just wanted to know what the greater plan was on it, how we were going to do this.
How we're going to turn these peace talks into actual peace?
No, you know what? Never mind. I think we're on the same page.
I think so.
Yeah. Do you want to go talk to Vesterogna today or no? Because she was like, we're going to be here on this boat and we got time. If you want to like come and talk to me, I'll be here. So I was just wondering if that was a plan. But if not, then like, fuck her.
No, I think sometime in the next few days it would make sense to try to again put out a show of good faith that we are trying to coordinate and also not wait until the day and see what happens, you know.
Mm-hmm. So what, tomorrow? You want to do this shit tomorrow?
Let's go tomorrow.
All right.
Okay.
If you wanted an escort over to the Cerberus ship, you could have just asked outright.
I was just looping you in on a potential plan, man.
All right, man. And I walk away confused.
Okay. The rest of the day goes by without issue. The storm still maintaining, though not as thunderous as the night before. The rain itself not relenting. The evening comes to, and you guys are sleeping below deck with the same arrangement, I assume.
Ooh, we should put a Ford dummy in the captain's bed.
A what?
A Ford dummy.
Oh, like a decoy.
Yeah.
A Ford dummy.
I will also send Fromkin the monkey to hang from the rigging of the ship within 100 feet so that he can tell me if anything is climbing onto deck.
Okay. Easy enough. Ooh, pardon me. Okay. The rest of the day.
We'll take some shirts and pants and
Yeah, stuff
them with straw.
Put him in the captain's bed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna paint.
Mass amount of straw that you guys keep below deck of your ship at sea.
You know,
rags.
rags. Stuff with rags.
You can, all right, you can find some rags.
Okay.
I'm gonna just the head.
Gallon's like, I don't need those bed sheets anyway. It's fine.
Inside.
Just
Paul, did you kill anyone surrounding your bed sheets?
I'm gonna use my paint
Yeah, yeah. Good use of it.
Thank you. To paint a Ford head that looks like Ford's head. But like that
Using your magical paints, right?
Yeah.
And it's gonna become a Ford head.
It's gonna be.
It's not gonna come alive, but it's gonna look like
It's gonna. Okay, you finish it, and it looks creepily realistic.
Whoa.
Which is Ford's face going.
Oh, Eric. Here.
Oh, Eric.
You gonna practice making out with it?
Now he's sleeping. It's weird.
All right.
It's also just a head.
Yeah. Well, I put it on the decoy body.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay,
It's good.
Mark the use paint on it.
I'm going to.
Yeah. She has just his face. It's a little weird when you look back. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Ford. Ah, okay.
The decoy is set. You guys complete the 6th evening rest.
Actually, before everyone
yes,
before everyone beds down, Caleb finds a moment to wander up to Yasha as she's just staring out at the ocean.
2 square feet with back as well.
Hey, you're awfully quiet the last day. Are you all right?
I think so.
It's out there.
Just watching the storm, I guess. Keeping tabs, making sure nothing else climbs aboard.
You'll come to bed in a bit, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
How are you?
Oh, very good.
You know how Ford said he had a dream that he swallowed that ball and then it was there?
Yes.
Does that make sense to you?
That he dreamed and it became so?
Yeah.
Well, that has never happened for me. But there are a great many things in this world, are there not?
Yes. I seem to find that to be true every day.
Are you having colorful dreams lately?
Yeah. Well, they're usually, not very colorful, but just strange, I guess. Yeah. Well, I guess we should get some sleep.
Yeah. Dream again.
I hope so.
You, for what it's worth, you seem a little more, steady.
I feel a little more steady. Which is weird because we're on a boat. Sorry, that was a bad joke.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like, This group is pretty special. I know you and I both have gone through some things, and we carry a lot of weight with us. But boy, do I feel lucky to be with these people.
It's all about who you choose to surround yourself with, I think. That makes all the difference.
I think it does. I feel safe with these people.
We feel very safe with you.
I hope so.
Caleb pats her arm. I'm gonna go get things ready down below. Join us when you're ready.
I will. Continue to look out for a bit. Then I'll head downstairs.
Okay. As you all find rest for the night.
I'll look over here. I don't want it. I really are. Dream.
The bold face that you've grown to carry gives way when consciousness does. As being captain of the ship requires a certain amount of strength and face. But in those solitary moments of sleep, the memory of what it felt to give way to darkness, the finality of it, the experience and memory of the life leaving you is cold and scary. Especially knowing that that thing was still inside you. And in that quiet, cold, isolating memory as you close your eyes and give in to sleep. And there is that bloom of green. That warm blossom that helps wash away the anxiety. And while you don't see the face, you can feel her there with you, comforting. What was once a recurring nightmare of dark, lightless, abyssal depths. It's nice to have a warm, motherly embrace to greet you on the other side. And even in that cold moment of loss, there's a part of you that believes she would have caught you. And that's comforting. Day 7 comes to you all in the morning. As the storm subsides, the clouds break, the rain halts, and you all are getting closer and closer to your destination. Is there anything particular you want to accomplish today, or do we move on to the next day? You look like you maybe have, with the weather clearing up, all things going according to plan, maybe 2.5 days to your destination.
Oh, yeah. Can we see the Cerberus ship within view?
You can, yes. It's kind of cloistered in the center next to the Blue Heaven.
How far off is it about?
I'd say it's maybe about 350, 400 feet off, approximately.
Okay. Do you want to go for a walk?
Yeah.
I cast fly on the both of us.
Okay.
Awesome.
Come on.
Think of a wonderful thought.
Back in a bit.
Sure, fine, fly away.
Breaking faces, people. You guys coast through the sails amongst all the Dwendalian ships and a handful of shore warden. My brain short-circuited there for a second. The Concord ships as part of this armada as well. It's a beautiful sight now with the sun bright in the sky, the clouds mostly broken, the reveal blue above. It's energetic. And as you coast your way through and over the water towards the maroon-colored, stylized ship that is the Wind of Aeons, as you draw closer, you can see the crew on deck in the process of keeping eyes out. Someone looks up and points. You can see with a spyglass in your direction, and stepping behind them, you can see the Martinet kind of.
Knock, knock! Don't shoot us!
The arcane anti-air gun swivels into place.
Around.
Yep.
And as they're flying through the air, Caleb just gives a half grin to Beauregard because flying is dope.
Yeah, this is great.
You guys touch down.
I do a little like air backflip and then gracefully land, kind of Silver Surfer shit.
Hell yeah.
I just land normally.
Right, of course. As you guys land, the Martinet kind of stands there looking and goes,
There's nothing.
So by what do we owe this pleasure of a visit?
I think we just want a bit of a check-in as we draw near to the hour at hand, yeah?
So far, so well. Things have been prepared, guarded, and there has been no anomalies beside what I've heard is the apparent attack upon your ship.
Yeah, we met Lady Dorogna the other evening. Is she here traveling with you?
She is.
Yeah.
He looks genuinely surprised to hear that you met with her.
Huh.
She was very kind to check in on us after the attack.
Indeed, she's quite kind.
Yeah.
Would you like me to fetch her for you?
Well,
please. What?
No, I thought I heard something on the ship breaking, but I was mistaken.
Huh?
Yes, I think it'd be good if we all spoke together, including anyone who is here who would be involved in deliberations.
You see him do a familiar hand motion as the one you've seen Jester produce many a time.
Lady Vess, you are being requested to the deck, please, if you don't mind. You have guests.
You got like 5 more words. Maybe 10? No, he's succinct. I forget.
Yes, pithy.
Yep.
She just apparates next to him. Well, it is very nice to see you both. Sooner than anticipated.
Yes, they were just saying that you had met and checked in on them. So what is it you would like to discuss with us? Is it something that requires privacy?
In time, with the lady. But until we get to that point, I think just a general sync up on what we're going to be doing.
I think the expositor would like to know what your plans are for the moment.
And how do you see us functioning into these?
Yes, the Bright Queen very specifically requested that we be there to ensure that no funny business.
And you are. That is why you are part of this armada. The discussion is to transpire between both our lead ship and theirs. Yes. They will be anchored together, and this deliberation is to be helmed by the emissary Lord Zedangraf himself. I will be present for this, as well as a few designated Righteous Brand elite soldiers, and they will have their dignitary as well as protectors as well.
Will Master Ikathon and any of his protégés be present?
No, he is not part of this discussion.
Is he sailing with us?
No.
All right.
But during that time, Athesius Uladon may join as well. It should be interesting, having to keep him and Zedan civil is already taken quite a bit of my attention. Lady Vess is here as a, how do we say, ancillary force, much like you are. She will not be part of the discussions, but will be keeping an eye on the perimeter as will you. That is your purpose here.
Are you expecting any interference?
I'm always expecting interference.
What have you done to prepare?
I have my means. And the key to preparing for interference is not letting all of your plans known. But trust and be assured, I have taken precautions.
Trust comes slow.
If at all.
Very true. I think perhaps something that would assuage our nerves in this endeavor is inspecting the beacon as discussed.
Lady Vess speaks up and goes, that is of course, and Martin puts his hand up and says, and you would wish to inspect right now?
No time like the present.
Very well. Looks to Lady Vess, who goes, come. Turns around, and the two of them begin to walk towards the stairway that leads beneath into the ship. You follow?
Yes.
All right.
Are we alone? Are we being followed?
Make a perception check.
Okay, 20.
20. There are two Righteous Brand soldiers that kind of just keep perimeter on the deck. They come together behind you guys and step to the top of the stairs, following you, and then stopping at the top to just play vigil.
Okay.
You're led below to a center deck, which is where the gun deck would be. And you've seen some of the weaponry before. As opposed to cannons here, they have these... They look like cannons, but there are a number of arcane runes burned into the sides of them. They're beautifully made, very elven in construct, and they have almost like a brass coil towards the edge of it.
School of Evocation?
Yes.
Runes, yeah.
Yes, you recognize those actually immediately. And there's 4 of them below, 2 on each side.
Magic cannons.
Magic cannons.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
You pass down.
Side you're on.
Yeah, this is the deck where you had previously seen the discussion between the Martinet and Essek. You head down to a lower deck, which has a very, very heavy enclosed door with no handle. As you approach to it, you can see the Martinet and Vess look at each other. They both mirror an incantation silently. You cannot hear what they say. And they face away from you so as not have lips red. But they both place their hands on the door simultaneously. There's a flash of energy, and the door just disappears. Like flickers and then vanishes. And there inside a chamber, you can see there are some tables. There's a tea set on one of the tables in there. It's beautifully decorated. The interior here doesn't feel like it's the middle of a ship. It feels like it's the center of a guest pavilion or some sort of a meeting space for high-end political figures. It's a beautiful rug on the floor, tapestries and paintings on the walls. It seems very out of place. But as he steps in, you see he kind of lifts a finger and tea is poured into a couple of cups.
Are you thirsty?
Sure, yeah. Thank you.
Lady Vess? Lady Vess goes ahead and lifts up in a secondary cup, and they both lift them over to you before pouring some of their own.
Ooh. This is truly a deck of many things. Seawater.
Well played.
Wow.
Well
Sweat drop just starts to go down.
I just kind of like nudge Caleb, his like drinking hand, and I take a sip first. Do I taste anything off about the tea? Anything weird? Sense anything?
Because you're immune to poison?
Yes.
You piece of shit.
Okay. You taste it. It's quite delicious. It has a bit of a fruity, almost mango-esque flavor to it, but not overwhelming to the point where it feels like it's a juice. It's just enough to make it pleasant, but still light. It's nice. And does not seem to carry any sort of toxin that you would recognize or discern.
Okay.
It's delicious phylactery.
Yeah.
All right.
Both campaigns got you. Mm-hmm. Eventually, they both sit down, and Lady Vess mentions for you guys to take a seat.
Thank you. Do we see the beacon in this room with us already?
You do not.
So, how is it you will be a help to the negotiations in a few days, Lady Tarokna?
I have been brought here as an associate to the Martinet to ensure the transition of this artifact continues without issue, to answer any questions that are brought up, and to assure and hopefully discuss possible future alignment between interests of various arcane projects between the dynasty and the empire. We are not confident, but at the very least, every beginning conversation is challenging. But it is the beginning of a conversation.
Is the Martinet here in the room with
Yes,
us?
the two of them are sitting at the table next to you.
Double open that door for us.
Okay.
So
I didn't know if he left or not.
you have hopes then, not just to end the war, but to create agreement and collaboration between the two nations?
Well, it would be for a much more effective series of programs to work together than against.
I agree.
Is that have something to do with the potential work offerings that you mentioned to us before?
You see that Martinet kind of gives her a look.
Yeah.
Possibly. Of course, which is why I was saying after this negotiation, that would greatly set the stage of what was possible. So, if it is possible and things go well, then maybe there is work for you to do at the behest of the assembly.
Well, our
She looks back
calendar,
at Martin.
our calendar is a little full in the short term.
Yeah. Got a few stops to make. Gonna be on the sea for a little bit.
Oh, there is no pressure at the moment, of course. There is always time.
Miss Lionette and I are very curious what your proclivities are, what you are trying to achieve or discover in the north.
Well, those would be on a need-to-know basis.
And looking at the Martinet, is he pissed? Is he
Make an insight check.
intrigued? Natural 20.
Loretto.
Whispers.
Definitely get a
Whispers.
Who's bringing these whispers to us, Sam?
There's no sponsor for the Whispers, but I'll just say, nope, this isn't a page. If this was a combat cam, it would be from Dwarven Forge, but it's not. It's just a whisper. So I'll just say that it's
Happy
sponsored.
5 years.
Sponsored by the 5th year anniversary of Critical Role. Cheers.
Cheers. No more champagne for us.
Martinet says, but nevertheless, you are here for a reason. And he goes ahead and snaps his fingers, and on the floor next to him, you watch as a kind of iridescent chest kind of appears in space there with this slight drifting smoke around it.
Shitty bang bang.
Yep. No, as soon as it appears, you hear, and it opens the lid, and there inside, with a faint, familiar, undulating gray glow, you see a beacon.
Can I tell from this distance if it's the one that we saw at Pride's Call? Or is it
Make a perception check.
the one that we know is lost?
It's
What is it, did you say?
Perception.
Balls. Titties and balls. 5.
A 5 total?
Yeah, I rolled a 2.
You die.
You can't tell.
Forget to breathe.
Do I recognize it? I know it's
Make
not.
a perception check as well. You guys can both.
I would guide you,
better
but
than
you didn't
me.
take us.
No, we didn't. Sometimes players just run off and do shit on their own.
She wouldn't know about that.
No.
I never did that.
Where'd she go? She's painting dicks in a church somewhere. I don't know.
She's fixing your ship right now.
15,
Yeah.
not my ship. 15.
15. Glancing over, it's not too far from you, but kind of giving it a once over, and you guys have a moment. There is a pregnant pause at its reveal, and they're kind of allowing you to inspect. There isn't any sort of haste to break the purpose that you're here for. but its size is larger than the one you saw at the Vergessen Sanatorium. The handles and inlay match those of the ones the Assembly had, or not the Assembly, the Dynasty had constructed. This is not the one that was recovered from Pride's Call. This appears indeed to be
one of the stolen ones.
One of the stolen ones.
Not the one that we toted around for a while.
No, that one you gave to the Bright Queen.
Yeah.
But this one is nearly identical to that one in the structure around it.
May I?
Of course. Martinet? Martinez.
Do it.
I lift it up and set it down. There's little tables, tea tables.
There is a table, and as you look for a space, the Martinet kind of wipes his hand, and you watch the tea set shift over and kind of lift and float there in the air.
Beauregard, will you have a look at this with me?
Same, yeah, samesies? Yeah.
I would like to slowly take time to check it for anything hidden or affixed to it.
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
Balls! Eater of balls.
15.
Oh,
15. You take some time, you inspect it, look over, look at the casing, looking at the handles, looking within it. It is unmarred. There are no cracks or imperfections in the dodecahedron itself. The beacon seems solid. The golden materials and the inlay that kind of holds it there and fixes the handles to it seem pristine. Doesn't appear to be altered in any way.
Okay.
It's different than the one. It's different because it is a unique beacon, but it is familiar to the one that you had lugged around for quite some time.
I'm going to inspect it further. Don't mind me, and begin to go through the process of casting Detect Magic upon it.
Okay. They do not flinch. You cast the spell, and a very, very strong magical aura emanates from it.
And is it all Dunamancy?
It's all very heavily Dunamancy. And like while all the schools of magic are contained within Dunamancy in its sense, the Dunamantic essence from it is so strong and so esoteric, and much like when you had first inspected the beacons upon arriving, it is almost overwhelming. It's like looking into the sun.
And finally, I will place both my hands on it and stare into it.
I'm gonna step in front and just not take my eyes off of the two of them while he takes a minute.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a dive.
All right. You continue to focus and lean towards it. As you do, you feel your essence extend, and the interior of the chamber fades away as you feel your consciousness drawn into a nexus of possibility, infinite and endless around you. Starscapes, stars, are they people? Are they points in time, historical moments, future moments to happen? It is so much information at once, and you feel a part of yourself pulled in, and a part of it comes into you. And in that space of endless possibility, you can see the threads of fate and the bodies that walk in the world around you. You feel like you have an outside look on Exandria and beyond, the tapestry that creates it, but yet it's so small and in this one infinitesimal moment. And to have both at the same time overlapping, it's starting to pull at the edges of your sanity for but a moment. And you withdraw as the moat itself is carried with you, and you have a fragment of possibility within yourself. You keep an eye. They don't flinch. They seem almost impatient.
I don't say anything, or just look at them like those tough-ass bodyguards. See?
Those tough-ass bodyguards.
What's it look like?
Yeah, those tough-ass bodyguards. Just this. Just this. Right now.
Slay.
I've seen her get in a dude's face before with that look. It's not pretty.
Oh, that's the story for another time.
Oh, yeah. I know.
No, let's stop the show and tell her.
We're doing Sand Kings? No, never mind. Carry on. Sorry. Carry on.
It's always great when there's that instinct as a guy to intervene when somebody else is bothering your girlfriend or wife, but I don't need to. I just get to watch her destroy them every time. Anyway, Caleb.
I see why this is of such value. And 2 nations are at odds over it. I commend you on letting go of it.
It is important to keep things under control. And hopefully without disrupting society.
To Lady Doragna. So much to learn. I am surprised you are able to let it go.
Well, it is not easy, by any means. But that is just how things have to be.
Seems like a missed opportunity for our home.
Well, if these talks go well, maybe there will be opportunities to share without bloodshed.
Does she seem bullshit?
One insight check.
Come on.
Does she seem bullshit?
She is made of bullshit.
100% pure bull manure.
So,
so the guy turned to jelly in airplane too.
10 total. Because all the 2 at 10 total.
Oh.
Whisper.
I mean, she's generally pretty guarded and hard to read. You're not sure if she's telling the truth, she's lying. She's putting a statement forward and is sticking to it.
I hope you have a very understanding contact on the side of the dynasty.
I hope so as well.
We'll be keeping our fingers crossed.
Yes, this all seems to be in order. I feel confident this will go very well.
As do I. We have all the pieces in place.
We'll keep our ship very close by on the day of the negotiations.
Lowers the beacon into the same chest and it closes and vanishes.
We'll make sure we're stationed on the other side. Where are the prisoners? Where are you keeping them?
Those are being maintained by the Lord Graf in the Blue Heaven.
Well, I think we've done what we set out to do.
Yeah, I have no further questions.
Well, prosecution rests.
It was a pleasure to see you. And to our victorious peace talks.
Yes. Thank you so much, both of you, for your time.
They both stand up and kind of guide you back to the deck.
Bis später.
Hit you later, Doragna.
Looking forward to it, Beauregard.
Yep.
And I pull out the raven's feather again and I cast fly on the 2 of us.
Will fly last for how long?
10 minutes.
10 minutes? Yeah, so it wouldn't have faded, yeah.
So we Mary Poppins away.
All right. As you guys glide your way back towards the ship, we're going to go ahead and take a break. Because it is 9:15.
Yeah. The serpent comes up out of the water and snatches both of them.
Never knew.
Don't spoil my return, man.
Wait, can you do the noise again?
Which one?
You know the one.
I love it so much.
That made me feel so bad.
That sound in particular, it reminds me of the poor like wolf coyote from Sword in the Stone. I can't catch up in that one moment where he's super tired and he's like. I love it so much. Anyway, we're gonna take a break here. We'll be back here in a few minutes. Before we get to that, we do have our Wormwood giveaway of the night. We have this fantastic black walnut table tray laid with leather for one lucky winner in the chat. Tonight's chat keyword is punish. Punish. Put it in once and only once. More than once, be disqualified. Once again for U.S. and Canada only, excluding Quebec. Maybe only for a little while longer, because I saw an article that Quebec's trying to loosen their giveaway laws.
Look out, Quebec.
So fingers crossed, because we would love to get some Quebec people into this.
Awesome.
Chill, Quebec.
Hashtag chill Quebec.
I dig it. Anyway, we'll be back here in just a little bit with the second half of today's session. We'll see you shortly.
Got the perfect warlock.
weapons and supplies.
You got the perfect warlock, her weapons and supplies. You need a place to track your stuff, because you're so disorganized. Click open a webpage. You heard about our Critical Role.
That's good.
And now you're ready to kick some butt in a mine shaft full of noise. There it is. It's D&D. D&D Beyond.
That's good. That's
good. You got your staffs, you got your swords, you got your stuffs, and you got your invisible wand. It's D&D. D&D. D&D Beyond.
It was a pitch perfect performance.
Hello, everyone. Matt here. Just wanted to say happy 5-year anniversary to Critical Role. It's insane. I have no other way to express it. We're here on our 5th year of telling these stories on the internet and building the greatest community and fandom around the property on the internet, in my opinion. I'm just so thankful. I'm thankful. I have no other word to describe it. You've all been absolutely incredible. Your support for the show and what we're doing, your support for each other. And we're just super excited to continue to tell these stories with you, to make fun content with you, and be silly on the internet, and hope you guys still continue to come along with us. So happy 5-year anniversary. Love you guys very much. And I guess to the next 5, I guess. We'll see.
Critters! Happy 5-year anniversary. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's been 5 years. And to all the OG critters that were with us from day 1, to the critters who have joined us in campaign 2, we are so beyond grateful for all the love and support that you have shown us, and for coming along this journey with us. You all have absolutely changed our lives, and we can't thank you enough. And for those times where I was in New York and I wasn't able to be there, and all your love and wishes and your amazing character art, that pulled me through a lot. So thank you so much, and thank you for being there for us, and to another 5 years. Love you.
Hey, you beautiful people. I can't believe it's been 5 years since we first started streaming our show. What? I do distinctly remember early in that spring of 2015, Matt Mercer coming over to our game and telling us that we were going to take a shot, putting it on the internet, whatever that means, and just not knowing how to feel about that. I mean, it was ours, and it was private, and who's going to want to watch a bunch of voice actors play D&D for a few hours every week? Turns out the last 5 years have been just evidence to the contrary of that. Shows what we know. But we're so insanely grateful for you guys. Thank you for sharing your hearts and your minds and your energy and your art and your talent and your compassion with us. It's been so insanely rewarding, and we feel like we're the luckiest group of people in the world. And even though it's been 5 years, it really feels like it's just the beginning. We have so much cool stuff to share with you guys coming up, and so many more adventures to go on, and we just can't wait for you to see it. So here's to the next 5 years. We love you guys, and I really hope that I'm not dead.
Hi. So I just put Ronan to bed. It's our son that we've had since doing this show. 5 years. 5 years. You realize that's longer than most relationships. I mean, longer than any relationship I had before Travis. That's for damn sure. Wow. I mean, I can't believe how much we've all, grown and changed since we started doing the show. And I feel like you guys have been there with us every step of the way. I feel like you guys know us better than some of our best friends, because you see us in our best moments, in our worst moments, in our ups and our downs. And God, I have so much love for you guys. I have so much love. Thank you for, God, I'm not going to cry. Thank you for your continued support and your excitement and your imagination and your creativity and everything that you guys put forth to us. Oh, God. I just love you so much. I mean, 5 years, it's nothing in the long run. We're going to be doing this for at least another 100. I mean, Taliesin will, for sure. I'll see you guys in another 5. I'm not going to cry then either, because I'm really tough. So.
Dear Critter community, the world around, thank you. Thank you for journeying with us for 5 years of this show. I remember sitting down for the very first game on the very first episode, and somehow it's 5 years later. This has been an adventure born out of friendship and love, and it still is. And even now, after everything that's happened, none of us can fathom how far down this road we've come together. And I just feel like expressing some gratitude for it. Really, thank you. Getting to tell stories together the way we have for all this time, every week, has been one of the greatest gifts in our lives, certainly in mine. And your support and enthusiasm has meant the world. So, how lucky we've been to have had all of you with us. How lucky indeed. Thank you.
Hey everybody, it's been 5 years of this strange show, and thank you so much for joining us every Thursday for our ridiculousness. And I cannot wait to show you all what we've been working on for this year. It's going to be pretty cool. Thank you all so much, and see you next Thursday. This Thursday, as many Thursdays as we can manage. Thank you.
Hello and happy 5-year anniversary, all the critters all over the world. I can't believe it's already been 5 years of doing this show. I think if someone would have come to me 5 years ago and told me that my D&D game was going to be a part of a global nerdy phenomenon, I probably would have punched them in the face and then asked to borrow $5 for gas money. So every day is just a wild ride, and I think what I am most grateful for is the way that this entire experience has really given my faith back in humanity, and that's because of you all. Also, Dagon thanks you for making her a bird celebrity. I don't think she could ever go back to the lifestyle that she lived before being a famous bird. So that's on you all. Thank you. Happy anniversary. Love you all so much. I'll see you next Thursday.
Happy 5th anniversary, everybody. Wow, I can't believe that we're really here 5 years into this crazy experiment called Critical Role. We're so grateful for you guys, the critters, who've been with us this entire wild ride. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know what our next adventure will be, but I'm so excited to explore it with you guys and to share it with you. I'm looking forward to 5 more years of role-playing and shows and adventures and excitement, and 5 more years of shirts. Because, I mean, look at these guys. There's so many, and they're ridiculous, and I get to make them for maybe another 5 years. So, hey, watch out, Matt, because I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you, and the shirts won't stop.
Hello, everyone. It's me, Marisha Ray, Creative Director for Critical Role Content. And I want to take a moment to speak from the heart about how much we appreciate your support. No frills, no crazy gags, just honesty. Over the past 5 years, we've made a lot of ridiculous promos in an attempt to earn your subscription here on Twitch. We've leaned on juvenile prop humor, cheap costumes, and putting our loyal employees in slightly embarrassing situations, eagerly hoping that we've captured your attention. Today, I am not resorting to edgelord jokes written by Brian W. Foster, or dressing Sam as a celebrity to recreate an obscure commercial most people haven't seen to remind you that subscribing with a Twitch Prime account requires you to resubscribe each month. We don't always need an elaborate green screen gag or have to put Matt in cosplay to tell you that you can easily gift subscriptions to fellow critters if you're feeling generous. I mean, hell, I've consumed entire production days shooting complicated parody promos featuring Taliesin Jaffe as a vintage spooky boy in full monochromatic glory, all in the hope that your smile may turn into a sub. But not today. No weird graphics. No puppet murder. No Sam Riegel. It's just me. Here to say thank you. Love you all. Good night.
Hey, should we do another inhale, exhale?
Yeah.
Last time on Talks Machina.
Did Ford have any trepidation about being on the sea? Were you as a player expecting this, or did Matt blindside you?
No, I'm a fucking moron.
I guess, yeah, we kind of know the answer to that one.
I didn't think about it at all. I'm sure people are like, how the fuck did you not think the first time you went back on the sea, Uk'otoa is coming correct? Well, I didn't. I'm sorry.
We went to Disneyland the next morning, right? It was the next morning.
Yeah.
Disneyland the next morning. I was like, hey man, nope. Nope. I was like, oh no.
I thought, like, you know, there'll be some RP and we'll get out there and there'll be this deal that happens and I don't really know what's gonna happen next. You know, maybe I'll have to check on some elements for my backstory. And
you thought for sure you'd be able to see it coming.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything that the old snake wants anymore.
Yes, you do.
Well, I didn't know that.
Read your
I didn't
inventory.
get an MRI. I didn't know I had a grapefruit in my chest anymore.
Does D&D Beyond have a inner body inventory part? They should add it. Adam, if you're watching. Ashley, Yasha is continuing to play her harp more and prioritize it as a method of self-care at the end of her day out. Great. Can you share a little bit about how it feels for her to have this gentle and safe outlet for some of her pain and emotion?
I'm using the harp as, yes, for self-care for her, but also I think music can be a form of therapy. So, you know, and there was a moment where I was like, man, it'd be so fun to multi-class as a bard. But then I remembered my wisdom is so low.
That's right. Yeah,
so
that's right.
So it just, I wouldn't be able to, it wouldn't work. And I talked to Matt about it and he's like, there's more that I want to explore with that. and I don't quite know what it is yet, but I think where it sits right now, I think it's just, it's a form of therapy for her.
I would like to thank Travis. I would like to thank Claudia Schiffer from the film Love Actually.
Oh, you saved it for the end, and it is definitely the winner.
That was a pull.
Wow!
Yes.
It is
Damn
pulled by
it.
Claudia
That is a
Schiffer with Liam
pull.
Neeson. Oh my God!
She is in one scene.
Woo!
How? How do you think of these? A total of 3 minutes on camera.
Oh my God.
You saved.
welcome back, everyone. Let me see if I have the information on our winner tonight. It hasn't come yet, strangely.
Oh, interesting.
What?
It's suspenseful.
It is, but when it arrives, I will announce it.
Oh, man.
But that's okay. Until then, let's go ahead and jump into the story. Yeah, we'll jump now into the episode. Totally fine. Alrighty. So, you both return flying through the air, landing back on your ship where the rest of your crew awaits on day 7.
Hello.
Hey, where were you guys?
You know.
Did you find out anything?
Over there.
Yeah, it appears to be the beacon that was stolen, not the beacon we saw in
You
Fred's
went and
call.
looked at the beacon?
Yeah, we checked it out.
It's the one that was stolen from when we saw it be stolen. No, we recovered that one.
Yep, give that back.
There were 2.
This one was stolen from where?
The Dynasty.
When? Did we witness this?
Around the same time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one in Price Call we saw was smaller. What in the same?
So they still have an extra one that no one's accounted for.
That they found buried, I believe.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
good as it can be.
Complicated, but they seem, as best Beauregard and I can tell, to be. We couldn't find anything wrong with it. And.
Oh, good. I mean, as long as they didn't give you anything to drink, I think we'll be okay.
Oh yeah, that'd be bad.
Yeah, it went great.
Cool.
Yeah.
We were attacked while you were away.
Oh.
Yep, fish people.
More fish
Lots
people.
of fish people.
Well prepared this time.
We were only gone for like 40 minutes.
It's crazy.
Ford threw up
Battles
4 more
happen in
balls.
less than a minute, you guys. Like, it's in and out. Wow.
I'm like
Luckily,
a
we
speedball machine
survived.
over here.
Some of them weren't even balls; they were like triangles.
Today's
It was
lotto number
crazy.
is 22.
Like a great white shark.
2.
There you go.
I think they're eggs. I think he's laying eggs.
You know too much.
I want the golden goose.
Also, there were some pretty interesting interactions and glances between Vesteragna and the Martinet.
Oh, are they boning?
I think he definitely hates her.
So, yes.
Yeah, they might be hate fucking. I mean, it's a good time, if I do say so. But that's not the point. My point is...
It's just good color.
It seems like she's kind of running her own show, separate from Ludinus to that. The Martinet.
Ludinus Dalek. There is friction amongst all of them, it seems like. Okay. They are all vying for power for the assembly, but then within the assembly they are all vying for power.
Kind of threw her under the bus by mentioning the job offer that she gave us the other night.
Oh.
And the Martinet did not look too stoked.
Oh, nice. Nice work.
Just sowing a little, in-party fighting. Yeah.
So if you look at it right, it was a complete and total victory.
Is it normal? I mean, who was it that said? Was it Yusa? That said the wizards have a hard time working with each other because they're very powerful? Or was that Halas?
No, it was Yusa. And ego plays a great part in it as well.
Do you think as you get more and more powerful, you'll become like egotistical, Caleb, instead of nice like you are now?
No, he's getting more and more warm every day.
He's nice?
Of course he's nice.
He's very nice.
I'm just fucking with you.
That's fair.
I don't know.
I think you should stay like you are.
But get incrementally more powerful until you can
Obviously.
achieve your goals.
Yeah.
If we recruited like another wizard, would you guys butt heads?
Well, Essek and I get along fairly well, I think.
That's true.
And wizards I've known in the past, we did not butt
Heads. Butt heads.
You butted other things?
Are you saying butt heads or butt heads?
Yeah.
Or bomb.
Speaking of wizards, I would love your help. I've been working on a new spell.
Oh, yes?
Yes, and I would love your help at some
my
point.
alarm bells going off. Tell me more.
No, I just started tinkering with it, so maybe when we have a quiet moment, we can work on it.
I'm curious to hear and to see. Oh, that's all I want to talk about now.
No, I mean, yeah, but everyone's here, and we have work to do on the ship. So let's
true.
Tally ho!
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I'm gonna go keep working on the.
I'm gonna bosun, I guess.
I'm gonna wander off and stop working on the repairs because it's boring.
Okay, checks out.
I'm gonna wander up and sit up in the crow's nest.
Okay.
There are still pillows and possibly some blood up there.
Ooh.
Yep, most likely.
Yeah.
Blood-stained pillows.
Well, the rest of the day goes on.
I'm gonna send a message.
Okay, send a message. The rest of the day continues with Jester.
I'm gonna send a message to the messenger that I summoned. That's bringing the cupcakes.
Oh, that's running fucking 90 miles an hour.
Hey, it's Jester. Did you deliver the cupcakes? I'm just wondering because I haven't heard from you, and then I realized we're at the sea, so you probably can't find me.
Okay, so the spell that you cast was...
Gotta go fast.
Planar Ally, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
Planar Ally is such a fascinating spell.
There is no response.
Okay, so they're probably either dead or they did it. I'm gonna send a message to the hag.
Okay.
Sure.
Hey, it's Jester. I sent you some cupcakes. Did you get them? Oh my gosh, they are black moss, just like I promised you. Are you thinking about?
A moment passes before you hear...
I did. They were tasty.
I feel like I could feel her breath on my neck as she was sending me a message. That's really weird.
Could be very bad.
Yeah.
Just 6 more messages.
Yeah. One last thing. Okay, so I want to scry on the traveler.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
Feverishly beating it. In the Feywild, just wanking a bank.
Okay. As you sit down and set up your ritual and begin concentrating on the divine gifts
kind of hard because
that are granted to you by the traveler, you beseech him to take your vision to show you the traveler. And as you sit there and complete your incantation, all you hear in your ear is curious.
Oh shit. I wasn't really thinking about that one.
No, you were not.
Look, okay, here's
That's
the
all
thing.
you hear.
He just hung up on your ass.
Oh. I just lay down on the crow's nest and take a nap.
Bloody pillows?
I'm gonna flip him over.
Good.
The bloody side down.
There you go.
Unlocked his phone.
Purple with a sunburn when you wake up.
All right. So the rest of the day progresses. Uneventful. To the night, the same preparations are made to rest safely.
I'm going to add one more to it, actually. This is something that I've seen before, but I've never tried, but I thought it might help you sleep a little better. Oh. I take my staff and concentrate for a second, say a couple words, tap it on the ground, and cast Guardian of Faith which is this spectral suit of armor with a shield with the emblem of the earth of the earth, Mother here, and a giant sword and a just crystal for where the head should be, just a big amethyst crystal. Appears right by your bed.
What does that do?
It'll stay there till the morning, and if anything comes within its very impressive reach, it'll just start dealing with it.
That's very thoughtful. Thank you, Caduceus. Caduceus? So distracted by
Wild Mother is, yeah, I haven't seen this done in quite a while. So.
That's cool. Okay. Thank you.
Just for now, while we're on the boat.
Alrighty.
You'll be able to sleep.
Oh yeah, it's fine. Just stay there.
Strange.
Okay.
So we got dome, we got alarm, we got crystal head, we got monkey in the rigging.
Yeah.
Got Jester up in the crow's nest because I'm still asleep in the crow's nest.
Yeah, Jester's the only one who's unprotected.
Oh.
I go outside,
we would see that.
yeah,
Yeah.
fine, and just like look up and look around and check, see if I see her.
Yeah, I mean, eventually you discern that if Jester's missing from everywhere else in this ship, just curling and uncurling. Yeah.
Jess. Jesse, are you asleep?
Whoa.
Don't roll out of bed.
How long was I? What time is it?
Caleb would know. He's not here. But we're getting ready to go to bed. Do you want to come to bed or you want to stay up there?
Well, I just was sleeping.
Oh, you're super awake now?
No, I'm still tired. I'm gonna come down and go to bed.
Okay. Be careful, it's dark. Don't trip on your tail.
Oh, my skin hurts.
You get a sunburn? Ooh, wow, it's weird. You get like a little purplish when you get a sunburn. Huh, it's super cute. I mean, it's deadly. You could get sick from that.
It's bad for you, right?
Yeah.
You know, most tieflings can't get sunburns because we're resistant to fire.
Interesting.
But I'm not.
Because you're blue and not red?
I think it's because my dad.
Water. Sweaty. Yeah. Well, you look good with a little purple. It's nice.
Thanks.
You look healthy.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, we should go to bed. Yeah.
Okay. First off, I do have the winner.
Oh!
Hey!
A little delayed there.
The winner's called Sabotage!
Meanwhile, you dream of a winner.
It's all me. I had it on airplane mode and figured the text would come through via the internet Wi-Fi, and it did not. But the winner is Lady Lucara. Lady Lucara, congratulations. We'll get that sent to you.
Lady Lucara.
Congrats.
All right. So coming into the 8th day of your journey, you're not too far from your destination. The wind is picking up, however, in the morning. It is colder, a bit of marine layer has curled in, but the wind is blowing in your favor, which does help you catch a little bit of ground throughout the day. Unless there's anything else you would want to attempt on this day, we will continue on to the next, as not every day of this journey is eventful. Very well. Continue on to the 9th day. And on the 10th day, on the horizon, you begin to see a number of small shadows appear. And as you grow closer, they are ships. And as you go closer, it's pretty easy to tell that this here before you is the Kryn Dynasty Armada. About a dozen or so vessels out there, nearly all made of a familiar purple wood, with gold detailing, hoisting gray sails that carry the familiar symbol of the dynasty. Within a certain radius, you can see the sky suddenly takes a midnight hue.
Oh, and bringing that ship with them.
Cool. And as the armada you're with grows closer, at a certain point, you fall under this veil, and the sun vanishes. Though it may be, we'll say, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, it becomes pure midnight where you sail.
From on all sides of us at this point?
On all sides of you. I mean, you pass through and eventually just the sky is enveloped.
Yeah.
You hear gasps and whispers throughout the crew. You can see a mirrored formation of ships on their end and begins to break at the front as the Blue Heaven comes to the front line of the Armada. On the opposing side, you can see what looks to be a main Kryn ship begin to approach as well. What was once two kind of almost oval-like armadas as far as formation goes break into two triangles, flat end to flat end, as they tend to merge and meet each other in a guarded kind of stalemate of military positioning. The two lead ships coming to contact. You then watch as the lead Kryn ship that is approached, which, let's see here, the past perception here, Caduceus would probably be the one to notice it. You do not know Undercommon, do you?
I do not know Undercommon, no.
You recognize that the ship has script on it, but you cannot read it.
No idea.
But approaches the Blue Heaven. They both drop anchor right against each other as they coast close. Now with them side to side, plank walkways are set up between the two of them, and the stage of the negotiation is being set.
How far away are we?
You guys are, at this point, probably 800 or so feet back.
800?
Mm-hmm. Closing in as the formation begins to tighten.
I speak Undercommon,
You do.
but I don't see anything.
You're not quite close enough yet to see the ship.
Okay.
Captain Dusktooth, cannons are loaded and aimed at the ships.
Which ships? Because they're right next to each other.
Yep, both.
You're prepared to take out both vessels?
If need be, sir.
You are excellent at your job. Stand fast. Stay ready.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Oh, God, we're going to get him killed. Okay.
All right. All right. You can see now between these two ships, Lord Zedin Graf approaches and begins to meet with Kryn dignitaries on the opposing side, led on their end by the Dusk Captain, who you've recognized previously as the Hand of the Bright Queen. Elite soldiers lead both sides. The Wind of Aeons approaches, but it does not get immediately close. It doesn't need to. You can see the conversations begin to ensue, and then eventually a flag goes up on the mast of each ship, signifying the beginning of these negotiations.
Do we have a looking glass on our ship?
I have a looking glass.
Let's look at what they're doing.
Bust out the looking glass.
I have a magnifying glass. I can make it even more powerful.
Don't burn your retinas. Don't.
At an eclipse, you don't want to do that.
I pull it out and I pass it around to everybody. Do the binoculars of the stadium thing.
Okay.
Orly has one as well, so I'll share his.
Okay. With that and the proximities, you all kind of the Armada Titans in, you do recognize the name of the ship that is affixed to the Blue Heaven is the Vin Radathak, which is Undercommon for the Everstorm.
The Everstorm?
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's dope.
Vin Radathak.
At this point, you can see all the ships. The Righteous Brand soldiers are now coming to the decks as a show of power. On the opposite end, you can see Aurora Watch soldiers are coming to the decks as well. And there's very much just a display of tense might on both sides, holding the line as the two center ships kind of become the core of what is to transpire.
Play nice, play nice.
How close are we in terms of, like, is there a rough feet?
When the ship comes to a stop, you're about 500 feet from them.
And there's no way we can get closer?
You could if you want to tell Orly or the captain wants to push ahead.
I think we do.
Captain?
What do you say? Can we get closer?
Should we just
What are
slowly
the
circle?
Other ships doing? Are they is there like
there is a formation,
a halo, like a distance that's
they're keeping a distance from the ship, and there is kind of a network. Like they've all hit a formation around it, which is what your ship is currently maintaining. Is the following the formation of all the ships around. You can break it if you want to.
And
get closer.
just for a visual idea, if they're in the middle, are the ships maintaining a clockwork pattern around it, or?
Partially, they're almost two sides. If you're seeing it is a loop around the two ships in the center.
Mm-hmm.
It's two halves of the circle are where the two armadas kind of came together.
And they're
are
stopping.
meeting.
It's
And
not
there's-
constant movement.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all stopping and currently holding their position.
No.
And how far out are we from their ship?
About 500 feet.
500. Our range, so you know, is about 480. So we would have to pick up and move if we wanted to fire from a distance. But if we move, so will they. We really shouldn't do anything unless we have to.
Get me 20 feet closer.
Veth, just so you know, if shit goes down, I want you to pack the good powder. Are we clear?
Yes.
That is a thing that you can do as the master guy.
Packing the good powder.
Yep. You remember what that means, right?
I feel like I know what it means. I don't have a job on the ship yet,
Yasha,
but I feel like I know what it means.
I feel like you should maybe stick with Beth and just, oversee.
Pack the good powder?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll help you.
I'm the powder monkey, though. So, what's Yasha?
You can teach Yasha what that means.
Co-monkeys?
Yep.
Co-monkeys?
Yep.
Cool.
All right.
Is Frumpkin still a monkey? Is there a trio of monkeys?
Yep.
Can you actually teach a monkey to be a powder monkey, or is that?
We'll find out.
Mine you can.
It's like cool Jaegering.
My
but-
cat
I'm
can
watching
run
through the
anywhere.
looking glass.
Okay.
While everyone's talking.
All right. As you watch, you can see other figures that appear to be members of higher noble station, kind of joining and flanking the sides of the desk captain. You can see Ludinus is now joining the right-hand shoulder of Lord Sedengraf.
Oh, Ludinus is there. I'm just letting everyone know.
You got it.
With my spyglass of that circle, knowing that they're in the middle.
The good powder, it's right here.
Let's say it's a clock. Are we at 3 o'clock, 6, 9 o'clock? Are we on the left or right of that meeting area?
If you're looking, if the division line between them is the 3 o'clock to 9 o'clock upper part is the Kreen dynasty, and we'll say the bottom half is the Empire and the Clovis Concord, you guys would be at the 5 o'clock.
We are fucking back there, aren't we? Okay. At the 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock positions, can I just check to see what the Dynasty side ships look like they're doing? Can I check their portholes? Can I check their decks? Are they armed? Are they more for show?
They're all armed. I mean, you can see they all have, much like all your ships, the weapons are on display. The gun holds aren't down. There's definitely this is a peace talk, but everyone's also making sure that the other side knows that they're ready to defend if anything goes poorly.
Sure.
Very much this kind of tense, neutral ground with the outside threat of any foul play will attack.
Last question. Are there any ships, and just to scan across knowing that the vision is limited, are there any ships that are empty of crew on top of the deck?
Currently, no.
Okay.
They all have crew, or they all have... almost every deck has soldiers on it, except for yours. Everyone else is approved armada and has a military presence on the deck, as well as crew members.
Okay.
Everything's out for show right now. Weirdly enough, a figure steps up from below your deck. You see it looks to be an elven figure with blonde hair. This is Lord Deseran. This is Essek in his illusory form approaches.
Is it us?
Yeah, steps up from below your deck.
When did you get here?
I arrived but a few moments ago.
Why do people keep bamfing onto our ship without permission?
Well, we do that a lot to other
You're
people.
not wrong. It's fair.
Good to see you.
You as well. It is best that I'm nowhere near these negotiations. The Martinet has the beacon's transference handled. I'm just here to be watchful.
Will they know it's you? Like, will the people on the other side?
There are many wards placed around the proximity of this negotiation, I'm certain, so I would not wish to put myself in a precarious situation. I figured this was the safest place to be, if you don't mind.
Borrow that spyglass for a little bit.
Of course.
I'm going to keep an eye. I want to slowly pan through the other ships, not the two main ones. And I just want to look for anything unusual or anybody.
Okay. Roll a perception check for me.
Just in general. 21.
21, okay. Looking around, you can see there are all forms of deck-side ballista that are armed but not aimed yet. You can see at the front of some ships there are figures that appear to be at least magic practitioners on display. Everyone is fully armored and just kind of at the ready.
Right.
You do not see any sort of funny business at the moment.
No funny business, all right.
But everyone is tense as you'd expect, given the circumstances.
May I?
Oh, yeah.
I want to see who is standing and representing for the Empire on their ship.
Okay. You see the Dust Captain is the primary conversant. The two figures to the right and left of her you do not recognize. But they're both drow. And they're conversing back and forth. You can now see at this point, soldiers are bringing up from two opposite sides, looks like large metallic boards. And then you realize they're mirrors. A mirror placed on one ship and a mirror on the other.
Yeah.
Upon this center space between the two, where this kind of heavy gangplank has been assembled slowly over a period of an hour or so, there is now an open walkway, like a 20 by 20 foot portion of solid deck between these two ships. And the mirrors are placed there along with chairs, and this is where the discussion is to happen.
Chairs. Caleb, what form is Frunkin in right now?
It's a monkey.
At this distance, you can begin to see now the mirrors begin to shimmer. And from the perspective that you have, you cannot quite see the one that's facing away from your ship, but the one that's facing this direction, you gather with a couple of glances in the angle that you're at, you can see the Bright Queen, her visage appearing on the other mirror.
Oh, man.
I feel like we should be there.
I know. Do a few of us need to get closer? We've got water breathing.
I don't know if we should
They've got lots of warts,
poke this.
you know?
If we even rattle that, the whole thing falls apart. Let's just see if it grows on its own.
Do not think you are the only ship keeping a very close eye on every other ship on this armada.
Plus it's 500 feet, you'd be trapped in the middle. Take you too long to get there, and if something happened, you'd be stuck.
Do as you will.
I can just walk over there.
Yeah, that would go well.
I can be invisible.
The only part we're really not
They
looking
have
at...
warts. They would know that it was not really, you know. Like they would be able to see you.
They'd probably be able to see.
You would.
I think the only thing that's not being watched is beneath us. That's it. But I don't know how to remedy that. I think we're here for the show.
Yep.
By the way, Captain, Yasha reminded me what pack the good powder means, and we're all set.
You reminded Yasha?
No,
of what
Yasha reminded me.
Oh, okay.
So we're all good.
Is the good powder packed, Master Gunner?
Powder is packed.
Code Monkey reports a fine packing
of the good powder.
of the good powder.
They have been. Each of the wads have been prepped. Wow. Yeah. What the fuck, Veth?
She's a natural.
Yeah.
She's a killing machine over there.
Yeah.
Yasha, do you have extensive experience on the water?
No. I do not.
She didn't have harp experience either. And
She's just good.
She's good. She's a fast learner.
She picks things up, you know?
I do it. Yeah, I have experience packing.
You do pack. For sure. I've seen you. You're very good at
Definitely
packing.
Yeah.
She learned how to knit while we've been sailing in the last 3 days.
Oh, any other languages?
Not yet, but we'll see.
9.
Pig common.
Pig common.
About what time of day is it?
At this point, it's hard to tell. It is perpetual midnight where you currently stand.
But if I remember every hour of the day leading up to this moment.
Correct. You're keeping tabs on it. At this point, I'd say as time progresses into the afternoon, these negotiation talks go on for a few hours. Lanterns are lit across the decks of the ships to give this kind of still slightly swaying with the waves, almost firefly-light type look across both armadas as they meet on that edge.
Just for color, if a sun was in the sky and the Dynasty fleet came forward, does the sun appear in the night sky but just without light, or does it disappear?
Currently looking up, you can see the outline of where the sun would be, but it appears to look like a very dull moon.
That's so cool.
So cool.
I wish I had that.
Hey, Asik. Sorry, should I not call you that?
In mixed company, I would not be preferred. Yes, please.
Hey. Can you scry on them?
I would probably say I would prefer not to.
Would they know that you're scrying?
They would know they are being scried upon. If they have the right wards, which I have to assume they have every sort of ward present on this for that reason.
Well, how do we hear?
We don't.
This
We
is
trust.
really boring. Without knowing what they're saying.
Jester.
What?
Welcome to politics.
Oh, I hate politics.
Just boring is good. Also, not boring is, with this many people, probably not.
That's actually a really good point.
The hours progress until what would probably be early evening, and then at a point, people leave their chairs, the mirrors are taken, and it looks like the negotiations for the day have ended.
For the day.
There's no signs of completion. There's no movement of any ships.
There's been no handoff of beacons or prisoners.
We could be here.
Not yet.
No one
We
said
could be
this
here
was
a
a
bit.
one-day thing.
There's only so much.
How
food
long until
before they have
Traveler
to-
Con?
You have somewhere from this point in time, I'd say.
10 days.
My details here. Roughly 2 weeks.
Okay. We got
And how
Like a
far
little
away
over
are
2
we
weeks away.
from Rumble Cusp?
From your current meeting here, you're about a 6 to 9 day journey if you go above the Inkclaw Reef, or about an 8 to 10 day journey on the southern side of the Inkclaw Reef.
Okay.
6 to 9 or 8 to 10?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right.
So you've got over 2 weeks before it happens. You have time.
We got
We'll get a week for this to conclude.
Yeah.
Until this runs into that time. But yeah.
What?
How would you like to send a message to the Bright Queen?
Oh my god, I was thinking about doing that.
But she's in the middle of a negotiation.
No, she just finished. She's not talking. What should I ask her? Be like, how's it going?
How's it going is the first thing to ask, yeah. Does she feel it's going well? Does she trust that it is going to reach completion smoothly? Just an update.
Yeah. I'm sure she's totally wants to talk to you.
No, she does not, but
I'm
I
gonna
think
send a
it's good
message to
idea.
her.
Okay.
Sure.
Oh, we took a long rest.
You did the night before, yeah.
Oh, we took a long
Oh, we took a long rest. Okay.
You're right.
I'm gonna send a message to the Bright Queen. Oh my gosh, I could see you in the mirror. You look so beautiful. What were you guys saying? Did it go well? Are you happy?
I am in the middle of a discussion, but I will respond that things are progressing as expected. Not poorly yet.
She thinks they're going decent, not poorly yet, she says.
Okay.
I do not think she wants me to send another message.
What does Orly
If
have
that's
to
what
do
you're
with
going to. I don't think she.
We won't push it.
Okay.
Maybe one day at a time.
Should I send a message to King Dwendal and find out what he thinks?
Oh my god. How did negotiations fall apart?
We didn't have as good a relationship, I feel,
That's true.
with King Dwendal.
What about Martinet?
Yeah.
I'm gonna send a message to Martinet.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
Hey, so you were there? Oh my gosh, what happened? What did they say? We're just so curious. I really want to know. How?
It seems things are open to progression in the morrow.
The ice has been broken. Nobody's killed each other. I call that a win.
He used a good amount of words in the response, and he says it was going really good.
Where's not Essek? Is he still on the boat with us?
He's still with you guys. He's kind of nervously watching and kind of checking in for your responses and
Oh my
stuff.
gosh, not Essek. Are you going to stay on the boat with us tonight? Because you can't go any closer, huh? Are you going to sleep here? Are you going to sleep on our boat?
I can probably handle myself, do not worry.
Where are you going to sleep?
I could return to my tower.
Oh. And then just come here tomorrow?
Yes.
I mean,
That's pretty cool.
that was pretty cool. Technically speaking, nobody's sleeping in the captain's quarters.
Well, we have our Fort Decoy.
That's fair. There is a dummy in there. Oh, yeah. No,
Very
never mind.
strange, but
Essek. Ooh, should I tell it?
What?
Never mind.
He
Go to
doesn't
your
even
tower.
know about that yet. It's one problem at a time.
We have a lot of irons in the fire.
I can only imagine.
Hey, when you come here tomorrow, will you bring some like pastries? Because you'll like something good. Will you bring us a present?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, it looks so good. 8. But you like me. I said, come on.
Just top it off.
Things are a bit tense for me to head to the bakery. But should all things go well, maybe another time.
Okay.
Nonetheless, I will take my leave for the night. Thank you for not throwing me into the water.
Are you keeping it together?
As well as expected.
You're gonna bamf in tomorrow?
I feel safer being closer to the information. Just not close enough.
Yeah, that tracks.
Anyway.
Counterspell.
And he's got
This usually works.
That'd be really funny. But he is gone.
Damn it!
But yeah, evening's rest comes to you guys. If there's anything you want to discuss, you can. Otherwise, we will continue on for the next morning.
Going to bed early.
Okay.
All the protections. All the protections.
You got it. All the same setup. Guardians and such.
Crystal heads.
Crystal heads.
This boat has got everything.
I'm gonna send a message to Essek.
Jesus.
Okay.
You have like assistants. Like send one of your guys out and then just have them come back and then you can have it in the morning for us. It would be what a good breakfast that would be. You know.
Bless you.
I'm trying to sleep, Jester. There is no bakery open at the moment. My sincerest apologies.
Being on the water's lame.
Not a lot of seaside bakeries out there floating. Sorry.
He's a war criminal, you know. What are we gonna do with him?
After we fix the war, then we'll punish him.
I don't trust him.
Of course not. That's why we'll punish him.
Could bring baked goods, I agree.
Yeah. Maybe if he brings some baked goods, then we will punish him less.
1 year off his sentence?
Sure. For every
There's plenty of people in your own nation to be furious at.
Sure. Yeah, we should get them too.
What are you talking about? Are you trying to... What are you saying?
I'm saying she has a lot of vitriol for Essek, and that is understandable, but there is just as much fault in our own country.
Oh, yes. No, I think the order should be punishing everyone in the Empire first. Because we're going to become a team of ninjas that just does that for a while.
Yeah, and it's not a pissing contest of evil or who's the bigger war criminal.
And then after all of the Empire folks have been punished and killed by us, team of ninjas, then we will punish Essek. Or at least see that he gets some sort of, I don't know, There has to be some sort of. We can't just let it go.
Justice.
Yeah.
Well, add him to the list.
He can be at the end.
We'll be at the end.
I'm going down. Below decks.
Sure.
Actually, leave the deck late. On my own.
I'll go to sleep.
Okay. All right. Everyone's going to sleep. The night goes on quietly. And the morning comes as dark as it left you. As you all come to consciousness, have your morning meal, as flavorful as it possibly can be.
I'm
with
going to try and
Caduceus's-
bake. I'm trying to bake.
Wake and bake.
Okay.
Try and bake.
Wake and bake.
On the ship?
Yep. There's a mess. I'm going to do my best.
Okay. Go ahead. Go ahead and roll an intelligence check for me.
Oh, awesome.
Oh no.
That's the best, because I'm so intelligent. That's a 14.
Oh, that's not bad.
Pretty good.
Not bad.
Good tap.
With the sort of spellcraft you have at your disposal, the materials that you've already brought along with you, you managed to pull out some. They're technically baked. What are you making? What are you making?
Technically baked.
I'm attempting to make like a cake, but a healthy cake. I mean, with what, we're not crazy
Like a
people.
mushroom cake.
It's not a mushroom cake. It's more of attempting a truffle cake, but we'll see how it comes together.
Okay. Truffles or mushrooms?
I know. I don't know much. I know that. I don't think I have chocolate, so I'm making do. I'm finding what I can and throwing something together. It's going to be okay.
This is and you succeed in creating what you set out to create. And as you all come to, you are met with the curious smell of something baked on the sea by Caduceus, for Caduceus, and the rest of you.
I try it. Is it good?
You feel poisoned into your veins?
Yeah, do I feel poisoned? Do I feel...
You do not. You are immune to poison.
But can I recognize?
It's not poisonous. It's
not poisonous.
To you. Remember that last of that psychotropic fruit that I've just been holding on to?
No.
It's just gonna,
No.
Instant diarrhea.
We're all going to find our best selves. It's going to be great.
It's a bit dry. It's a bit crumbly. It's sweet enough that compared to a lot of the rest of the high seas flavorless food you've gotten used to, it has something to it that is different and unique and a little sweet.
Perfect. Thank you, Caduceus.
No problem. I'll get better at this.
No, you don't
I'm
need to.
excited.
This is the best thing I've ever tasted.
I mean, I'm excited to learn. This is good.
It's good. Very
Love this drink.
Thank you, Arthur.
Requires a lot of water to drink with it, though.
Yeah, it's real dry.
The negotiations begin once more. The deck is filled with all the figures. The ships are once again populated with a show of power as the two sides continue conversations. Another hour and a half continues. Essek in his illusory self appears once more on the deck. I hope I have not missed anything.
Literally nothing has happened.
Well, they've just been talking.
A moment passes as you're having this conversation where you see there's a mild flash at the location of this discussion.
Oh.
Looking glass, looking glass.
You look,
Everyone's got 'em.
you look over and you can see a lot of the ships suddenly grow tense and people begin doing the same and everyone's looking over and you see Ludinus opening a chest.
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
It's good.
This is it, this is it.
You see the beacon is removed from it.
Okay.
Just hand it over to Lord Zedengraf, who takes it,
I'm so nervous right now.
I know he's you.
steps forward, and presents it to the Dusk Captain. She steps forward and takes it, and there's a moment where they both hold the handles together, looking directly into each other's eyes wordlessly. Lord Graf's expression is smiles, confident, charismatic. The Dusk Captain is cold and reading. Eventually he lets go. She takes 2 steps back and hands it to one of the other Kryn at her side, and they begin to do a thorough investigation of it, while she does not break eyes with the Lord Graf. Because you're right there, that's fine, aren't you? Tense moments continue until eventually it seems they finish their investigation and they begin walking the beacon below the deck of the Everstorm. More conversations continue as they sit back down in their chairs and the mirrors are having this conversation. Then you watch as 2 figures are brought to the decks in chains.
That's the prisoners.
You see one of them, the familiar visage of the Taskand Adine Tathasar.
Adine Brazil.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm glad to see.
That does it. Get it right.
Get the wrong name right.
And coming up on the Blue Heaven in chains as well, Vence Euthelius. 2 figures are brought to the center, and they are both traded off the chains given to the other, and they are then brought to the opposing ships and brought below deck.
Ezek, did you ever talk to him? Did you hang out with him?
We once knew each other for a while.
Does he suck?
That is a word, yes.
Okay. He looks like he sucks.
How does it feel seeing him in chains and not you?
Honestly, freeing.
Looks like things are going well.
You hear a horn go off. It's everything.
That's it.
Sure.
It's all about growth.
It's low guttural. Yeah. I hate you all so much.
It'll pass, man. Just give us 2 minutes, it'll pass.
That was a good one, though. That was good.
Guys, I don't want to fight a fucking sea dragon. Okay.
No, 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 no!
Okay.
No.
So, as the horn blares, everyone stands to attention at the edge of the boat decks. And you watch as the initial flags that were placed at the beginning of this negotiation that signified its start come down and are replaced with new flags. These, you can see, hold a deep blue color. And on a political, nautical standpoint, you're told by Orly as he looks over and turns back.
Seems it all's gone well. Came to a close.
You can see skiffs beginning to make their way away from the Blue Heaven. And people on those ships are shouting up to decks as they pass by. You can see the mirrors are being brought away and below deck, and that platform between the 2 ships is being deconstructed. As the skiff comes close, you could hear the voice shouting out, "Negotiations have completed, and King Dwendal has declared the war come to a close. All Armada ships are returned to Nicodranas. Guest vessels are free to disembark and travel as they please."
Thank you. Do we tip? No. I don't think we tip.
We wait.
Waiting and watching still.
Time passes as the remnants of that platform are finally disassembled. The anchors are pulled up, and you can see the 2 tense groups on each deck just looking towards each other. Give a tense nod. The horns blast once more, and the armadas begin to break and separate to their sides. The sails begin to unfurl once more and pick up the wind. And it seems the negotiations are over.
That's it, huh? War's over?
For now.
Figured there would be some sort of fireworks or something to signify, but I guess that's it.
Hey guys, we did it.
We won.
Yeah. Good job.
Doesn't really feel that way, though, does it?
Really expected.
Them to fight?
Yeah. Something to go wrong at the last minute, with our luck.
Well, sometimes, no matter how hard everybody tries, everything quiets down for a while.
Outwardly, at least.
For a moment. People won't get hurt.
Do you think it'll really end?
Nothing like this ends, it just calms down.
I think this will help pull eyes away from whatever next tense endeavor both sides is attempting to beat the other towards. The war may have come to a close, but their business continues on. It has for a long time.
Where will you go now?
Well, I have to take care of a few loose ends and ensure that all of this can be laid to rest.
What are their names?
It's not their names. They're not people. They just have some business to tend to. And then, maybe I could take a breath for the first time in months. And if you're interested, we could still do good things together.
Very interested.
Yeah. Just, send a message.
Yeah, I think we need to let this settle.
That we do. Just hope everyone travels home safe.
Well, we're heading to a volcano, so.
What does that mean? What did that mean? Insight check.
Insight check.
Make an insight check. Go for it.
He's made of chairs.
Chairs all the way through.
Cooper Muffin. 18.
18.
Oh, 18 whisper. It's like a half whisper.
It's a halfer.
He's made of chairs.
Guys, wash your hands. Wash your hands as often as you can. Remember to cover your mouth if you sneeze.
I've been so bad about that.
Cover your nose
So
if
good.
you sneeze.
Try to avoid
With your
handshaking and hugging.
Gotta do the elbow
Or any
sneeze.
personal contact that's unneeded or necessary.
Don't enjoy each other's company.
No fun. If you have a wife or a loved one or a husband, or don't kiss them or touch them in any way. That's what they recommend.
Red.
Cut them out of your life. Don't do any of that.
Whenever you finish what you're doing, just let me know. We can talk in a more safe environment about the tangled web that all of these people have built.
These people.
These.
Seems like you've spun a thread or two yourself, Vasek.
Yep. Little humdinger you did.
I do not exclude myself from these statements.
Well, we have our peace, so happy days.
Happy days. Until then.
Send cupcakes.
Leave it.
Fire.
Nope.
Oh shit, I have some cupcakes. We should eat them before they go bad.
You've had them for like weeks now.
Well, just a week.
I mean,
I think they're probably already bad.
That's okay.
For like a week.
We'll still eat
They
them.
put preservatives in your cupcakes.
If you heat them up a little, they still taste
Do
good.
they
for a
look
few
good? Do they look like they're not moldy yet?
Week-old,
They're a week old.
non-preservative
That's a
cupcakes.
week old in a bag of holes.
We can eat them up.
In
It's a
a
fantasy
bag.
world. Rules still apply.
They look quite stale
Okay.
and starting to show a little bit of
white dust on the edges.
You can cut it off.
White dust. I know that white dust.
Yeah.
Can I or can't I?
Yep, it's on the cusp. You can cut away and go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut just around the dust and
It's
try.
very dry, very stale, but functionally edible.
I cast Decompose on the chunk with the dust.
It is immediately covered in gray fuzz.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
You just want that?
I'm like, keep trying it till I get it.
I believe in you, Ashley.
Wow. That was like, I didn't expect it to really happen. What do we do now? Like, if we just
Go
go
to
to
a
travel?
volcano and party till
we've got lots of
drink
work
our
to do.
faces off.
Yeah, we got to make sure it's, clear the area, make sure it's secure,
Yeah, we wait a day.
Assign the landing area, prep.
I mean, can we even see any of the ships anymore?
Yeah, are they all left?
What are we doing?
Yeah, are they all sailing away? Or are they gone out of over the horizon? Or
what is the occasion?
They're leaving.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I
It's up to
think
you to
we
follow
ended
over.
war amongst our people. Maybe, for the time being.
Maybe.
Do I need an occasion to hug you?
No. No.
Oh, you're going in again. Do it again.
Yeah, with this one, I want him to, reciprocate, though.
He's not a reciprocating.
Look at him. He's doing it. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
It's awkward.
Put that arm around her. Give
It's a
her
Voldemort
big
hug.
It's sort of okay. It's like when
He doesn't look like he's frowning quite as much.
I just hope it sticks.
Yeah, me too.
All the coronavirus that you just spread between the two of you.
We've been doing that for a week and a half.
Purell your faces.
Oh, you can hear the stubble grinding the flesh off of you.
My grandpa used to do that to me as a joke.
Burn the Marisha off of me.
Careful, fire topping. Alrighty.
Tusktooth, are we setting sail for the volcano?
I believe so. I mean, time is on our side. We don't know what the weather will be. Master Gunner, I believe if we want to enjoy this voyage. I think north of the Inklar Reef is probably the fastest way.
Is it more dangerous to go that way or something?
Orly, is there any advantage to going to the south side of the Uruk-Hazel area?
As far as I understand, the only real benefit is avoiding main sailing lanes. Maybe trying to not stick so close to dangerous coastal denizens, but we are armed.
That's true, and we do need a little bit of excitement after that political soiree. Take us south of Uruk-Hazel and of the Inklar Reef, and let's make our way towards Rumblecusp.
Make our way towards Rumblecusp!
Wow, right, my
The captain has declared we are going south of
Wow.
Rumblecusp.
Boys, the Eagles!
Wilmot.
Drop the sails! Captain Tusktooth has declared.
You can see Marius LaPaul doing this.
Fuck you, Marius!
Not what? Pulling up the anchor.
Big Dipper.
The sails pick up the wind and begin heading southward from the meeting location. You watch as the midnight begins to subside as it travels with the armada.
Cool.
And the bright noonday sun blares down upon you. It takes a moment to adjust, but the warmth is welcome.
Why wouldn't they just, I mean, do you think they just teleported away with the beacon? Went straight back home. They wouldn't take it on the ship, right?
I don't think
That would be dumb.
They would be risking it at sea. Yeah.
As the armada between the joined interests of the Dwendalian Empire and the Menagerie Coast make their way westward, you break away from both factions as you see them vanish on the horizon, along with the southern tip of the continent of Wildmount. You can just barely see westward elements of the island of Uruk-Hazel, this distant little bump. And you continue southward for the day, for a second day, for a third day, making your way around the southern edge of the Inkclaw Reef, making sure, carefully, with the aid of Orly and the map that you have there, to avoid any of the dangerous elements of the reef's tops. And you can see there are areas where it breaks the surface, and you use those to guide yourself and not get too close to what would be a very damaging experience across the razor-like reef. It's about the fourth day or so that... Who's keeping a watch on this one?
I usually do.
Okay. Make a perception check for me.
All right.
Yeah.
21.
21. Okay. It's a... the fourth day or so of traveling here, as you're crossing around the reef and starting to head upward in a northern swing towards Rumblecusp, that you, kind of keeping a watch towards where the back of the ship is, you can see there's a small, looks almost like a piece of land that's kind of breaching the surface of the water. And you're like, oh, it's like a small, maybe part of the reef behind, but it's keeping pace.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Captain, we're being followed by a tiny island.
I'm sorry, could you say that again?
Said we're being followed by a tiny island.
Would I have any recollection of
I went back and look at it.
Okay, you can see it now that Caduceus points it out.
Tiny island.
Yeah, it's moving.
Yeah.
Would I have heard any stories about moving tiny islands?
How far away?
Make a tiny island check.
Yes, exactly. You're proficient in that, right? I would say go ahead and make a history check with disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
Ford, you can make a history check.
Okay.
2 20s.
2 20s.
What the heck?
20s, 2 20s.
5-year anniversary luck.
Cocked,
Oh,
one
one
is
is
cocked. Oh, one's real good, though.
One's really good. Shit.
Oh, it was a 2 and then you rolled a 2
and a
again.
19.
19.
Both got 19.
Okay, well,
Yours is
mine was a disadvantage, so 10 total for me.
Okay. Nothing comes to mind, and you both watch as this tiny island is gaining. And the water around it starting to rise as it cuts a swath through the waters. As you kind of look over and you're called to the edge and you glance over and you can see it, and you've heard tales of certain entities of various types that are spoken of in mythology, of people that traverse the waters of the city and ocean and seas beyond. This looks indeed like an island, but just below the surface you can see limbs pushing through the waves. And as it continues to go closer and closer, and you meet these thoughts, these myths, these tales that you've heard across the Lucidian Ocean and the Sylvain Islands, you see the snout rise, pointed, the nostrils flare. As you realize you are being chased by a dragon turtle. And that's where we're going to finish the episode.
I just told somebody in Chicago that it's like the monster I want to see and not see at all. Oh no!
This is gonna go great.
A dragon turtle?
Have you seen a picture of a dragon turtle?
I'll show you. It's like giant.
Yeah.
Let me see
It's
that.
iconic.
Dragon turtle.
It's iconic.
What it sounds like.
Is it a dragon or is it a turtle?
Yes.
Yes. It is awful. We are.
And they like house
Big.
people.
They're big.
What?
You guys
Can
are
house
fine.
Ship?
Inside of it?
On it.
Dragon turtle.
Oh, it's like an island.
It's an island.
It's an island.
If the island is the tip of the iceberg.
No,
There you go.
There it is.
That's a fun one.
That's a big turtle.
I love
Maybe we
you.
can befriend him.
I love you on the 5-year
I don't
anniversary.
have
I
that
feel like
spell.
this was a gift.
You say that now, wait till next week.
If we would have not fucked around so much, we would have fought that today, potentially.
There's nothing. We didn't fuck around.
We didn't fuck around at all.
We just watched.
This was
I tried to square out my
If we went north of Urufhazel,
you wouldn't have come across this.
I mean, yeah, that was a perfectly reasonable amount.
no regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets.
I'm
We'll
excited
pick
about
up
this.
from there next week. But from there,
exciting.
happy 5-year anniversary.
My God.
We love
My legs
y'all.
can't stop moving.
Oh my
This
god.
is insane.
Kids!
Hey, freeze frame.
Jeez.
tenuous piece has been found, and nobody fucked it up, and I'm really proud of you guys.
Look at that.
We're the best.
You set some right pieces in motion. There's a lot of
waiting for boats to go like
Fuck
this.
shit up.
Mushroom cloud.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Of course.
Yeah,
Of course. Of course.
For both sides to be like, oh,
fuck.
And based on a lot of decisions and things that had happened in the past, everything was kind of coming to this moment, and it seemed to go okay.
Wow.
We are the best at D&D.
Go. Go team.
So,
Oh, I got
with that, we'll see you guys next week. Thank you for coming with us for these crazy 5 years. Super excited to see where it goes from here. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Be safe. Do your research. Wash your hands. All the stuff you know.
Wash your hands immediately.
We're going to get through this together, guys.
Wash your stubbly face.
Gross. We love you very much. And is it Thursday yet? Good night, guys.
Oh my God.